1 year has passed after Smash 5's release. Sakurai gets out of his 88-foot Tuscan ivory limo and starts walking towards the club. I run towards him, crying into his chest and punching it softly. I look up and I scream, "Why'd you do it? Why did you do it? I can never forgive you." He looks down at me and puts a hand on my hair and tousles it. I look into his deep sunken eyes with no life left in them and say, "Why did you kill Luigi?"
He didn't come back.
He didn't.
He did not come back. I imagine Sakurai has the most expensive Rolls Royce. It's so expensive that it's called a Rolls Royce.
I mean, you gotta be rolling in money if you can just kill fucking Luigi to open your goddamn direct.
Like that's how much power he has. He can kill a Nintendo character, like a mainline Nintendo character.
If I went back in time right now to when Castlevania released on the SNES and Mario Brothers was a big thing, and I told someone, I said, "Hey, one day there's gonna be a game where where Simon Belmont is gonna appear in it, and he's gonna be introed by the Grim Reaper from Castlevania literally killing Luigi in front of him." They would shoot me dead.
Just in the NES days. Like the original Castlevania and then like Mario.
Exactly. I go back in time to the PlayStation 1 days when Final Fantasy VII comes out. I say, "Hey guys, one day Nintendo will create a game where Cloud Strife can fight Mega Man." I would get stabbed.
You would. No one would believe you.
I would be set on fire for being a witch.
You know, the Grim Reaper went up to Luigi and he was like... and killed him. And then everyone was like...
And then did you see the response that Nintendo UK said after everyone freaked out over Luigi's death, which they should have?
No, I didn't.
They just said, "Luigi is okay." That's not convincing at all.
Just like Toy Story 2. Luigi is okay.
I don't believe them. They're lying. Luigi died. Luigi fucking died. Luigi and Mario are dead in the Smash canon as we know currently.
Also, Mega Man. No one talks about Mega Man.
Here's the thing, though. Mega Man's a robot. He can be rebuilt.
You got a point.
Mario getting his fucking spine snapped in half cannot be rebuilt. Unless he's like Cyber Mario.
Metal Mario.
I like the idea of Cyber Mario. He's just got like, it's like a fucking H.E. Geiger mess of like machine and skin. You know who they should put in?
If you want to bring Mario back, look up H.P. Lovecraft cat name. And it'll tell you how to bring him back.
Yeah. You know what's the craziest thing to me about H.P. Lovecraft?
What?
It's like...
I think we talked about him last time, too.
Did we?
Or one of the times.
The thing that blows my mind about him is that he was one of the most racist, xenophobic, Zionist individuals ever.
Yep.
But unfortunately, he created such a movement in sci-fi and horror and everything that his like reference and like effect will forever be in that genre, no matter what.
Well, someone pointed out to me that he was horribly racist, and like, you know, some people are racist because they don't know. It's fear of the unknown. Fear of the unknown. A lot of Geiger Lovecraft stuff is about fear of the unknown and like cosmic shit. So racism might have fueled his writing style, if you think about it.
Yeah, but he named his cat...
Holy moly! Jesus Christ.
Like, you kind of lose your point the second that fact comes up.
I wasn't saying that. I'm saying that his writing was inspired
by racism.
Yeah, Maybe. This is just a theory.
I mean, I get that. I guess the whole thing though is like, if you're scared of black people, why would you name your cat after a derogatory term for one?
I don't know.
Is it kind of like the thing where it's like, where if you're scared of the dark, you like sit in a dark room for like 30 minutes to try and quell your fear? Like naming the cat the racial slur is maybe every time he's like scared of the cat, but he's trying to overcome it. I don't know. This is way too racist to talk about.
This is getting
this
way
is way too racist. Yeah, but no, Luigi's dead. I can't get over that, and I'm incredibly sad.
Yeah, you really can't get over it.
No, it's fucked me up. Luigi was my shooter, Calvin.
He was my gunner.
Luigi has been there since day one for me.
He was there when you were born.
He could have been. Just watching in the corner, smiling softly at me, knowing my potential.
I had a joke, I'm not going to say
it. And they
it.
fucking killed him.
I mean, the spirit carries on. Let's start this shit off. Luigi! So, we were talking about school stories.
Yeah.
On the way over
here.
And I think we have some. Have we talked about school stories before?
I mean, I think we've mentioned some stories from school, but I don't think we've ever just like sat down and talked about school stories. Let's do comments first before we go into that, because we're going to be talking about that for a minute.
Yeah, let's go into comments. You guys comment on the video. We will read them. If you have questions,
we will answer them.
We will answer them.
If you don't have questions, we will somehow try to answer the message that you sent us.
Or just acknowledge it and see how funny it is.
Yeah.
Okay, the first question is from Gargle Dump.
Still love that name.
He's like, so hentai, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the cock wants what it wants.
I can't argue with that at all. Avery. They say, when I wipe, I just put my ass directly on the roll of toilet paper and spin it violently. By the way, if you haven't seen the last episode, we're talking about like how we wipe, and we got into this whole, I wouldn't say argument, but just trying to mutually understand each other from different viewpoints.
Wiping styles. We were just discussing wiping techniques, and then we asked everyone what their wiping technique was. I think you should upgrade that by attaching the toilet paper roll to like a high-powered drill, and then just put that on your ass and then just turn it on. Like one of those power drills that are used to like rip the lug nuts off of fucking NASCAR cars at like 2 seconds.
Or you know those like drill press things that you like lower down?
Or like a power hammer.
Yeah. Like one of those industrial, not sledgehammer, but pile drivers that just... Okay, we got one from Postmortem, but the O's are X's.
Postmortem.
This podcast makes me want to eat a lemon through my urethra.
This podcast makes me want to shoot a lemon through my urethra, so I completely understand.
I came lemonade once.
I came blood once. That's no joke.
Zenobia says, Minimart gets held up by a guy dual-wielding stake drivers.
From Bloodborne?
I think that's what we were talking about, yeah. And then they say, I want to want.
Could you imagine just walking up to the counter saying, I want to want? It's like one that just, he just fucking goes through the wall.
Just, ah! We got a couple here from that guy, Zion. He says, the boys are awoken. And then he says...
That was good.
And then he says, what would you do if you're walking down the street at night and a dude starts running at you at 16 FPS?
Oh, I fucking remember reading that. I think I commented on that because that fucking killed me.
You did.
I would be so afraid. You just try to punch him and he lags through your fist.
I just imagine him like jumping.
It's creepy just thinking about that. Not many horror movies do the lower FPS on the monster thing, but when some horror movies do that, and it's fucking creepy. Like when one thing operates at a different frame rate than something else, and the whole scene is supposed to be that frame rate, it's very off-putting.
There's a Bruno Mars music video. It's the one with Cardi B. Finesse.
Oh, I think I like that one actually.
The video starts at like 30, I think, 29.9.
Yeah, it kind of emulates those like old like 90s.
But then it jumps, when Bruno comes in, it jumps to 60. Like, I don't know, it's jarring. Okay. Callan V with the sauce here. That boy into Futanari transformation hentai, isn't he? Ding, 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 ding.
I will repeat my answer from the beginning, and I'll say, hey, the cock wants what it wants. I go through, look, I'm going to just double down on this.
Double down.
The persona that I am going for is the overtly loud, overtly ignorant, incredibly perverted individual. And I'm hitting
Way to save yourself.
And I'm hitting all 3 points, baby. Also, the cock wants what it wants. I go through different phases.
I go through phases.
Like, I had a huge phase where I just wanted to be stepped on. I kind of still do, but you know what I mean.
I couldn't let that one go.
That's worse than chicks growing dicks? Like, where are your priorities here?
It's not. I just couldn't. I couldn't let it go. I couldn't let that one bypass me. I had to comment on that one.
I'm not ashamed one bit. All of y'all can be ashamed for me. That's how this works.
I'm just learning some things about you that I never knew I would know.
I mean, look here. Let me just break it down for you. I have so little shame that if a whole group of people at a party said, "Hey Jake, pull your dick out," I would.
Are you serious?
Probably. If everyone was cool with it, no one had
If everyone was cool with it.
If everyone was cool with it, encouraged it, and I thought it'd be really funny and I wouldn't have like a repercussion to it, I'd whip it out. I don't know how long I'd whip it out, but I'd leave I don't know, I'd do something stupid with it. Of course.
Hey Jake, whip your dick out. Okay. Like that's the sound effect of dick whipping out.
That's my dick whip.
Oink. Oink. Okay, calling out fascists online, says Megaphone.
Oh, it's probably when you fucking did I'm Calvin.
Megaphone!
Ugh.
Roast Fellow is our last comment. Well, last 2 comments, but he says, what if 3D Spider-Man busted in your house and then says, learn colors in 3D animals or die, coward?
Like from the Spider-Man PlayStation 1 game?
I don't know. He just says 3D Spider-Man. And then he finishes it off by saying, also sitting on the toilet, arm under balls, middle finger on the toilet paper.
Arm? Your whole arm is under your balls?
Yeah, just like reaching up under there. Like,
middle finger? So he's using, like what? He's like taking his middle finger and shoving it up his ass with like toilet paper on it? Oh.
Maybe he like wraps it around his middle finger and just...
All I imagine is like he takes the sheet and puts it on top like he's making a little ghost of his middle finger, and then he just rams it up his asshole.
And just...
Yeah, and then just
does like a squeegee.
Just does an unlocking motion over and over again.
We've unlocked.
Thank you for the comments.
Time to wipe.
Thank you for the comments, everyone. Make sure to leave more comments next time when, in like the next 10 minutes, we figure out what you guys should comment.
Comment your favorite color that's complementary to your favorite color. So if you like blue, put orange.
Yeah, you're gonna have to look at a color wheel for that, baby.
I'm gonna make you work.
Yeah, also follow up that comment with another comment, which will be Tell me your favorite like series that can be turned into a YouTube poop. Like King of the Hill's a big one, but I started getting into Fresh Prince of Bel-Air YouTube poops. I feel like I missed out on a whole fucking like generation of YouTube poops.
There's one where they made him say Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
I saw that one. There's one where like Will like kicks open the door, but like they make him look like he instant transmissions through the door as he kicks it open, and it's so fucking funny. But yeah, tell me your favorite series of a show that's been turned into a YouTube poop.
And then follow it up with your favorite Opeth song.
Yeah. So 3 comments.
Or just do it all at once.
Or do it all in one comment.
Just list them out.
Yeah.
I like how unrelated all of them are.
There's no theme. You think we'd talk about like who do you think the next Smash character will die in the next direct? Like that'd be an actual one that's related to what we were talking about. No, it's just favorite complimentary colors, favorite YouTube poop series, favorite Opeth song. Now,
do it,
you pussy.
All right, we got some school. Almost said school shooter
We got some
stories.
school shooter stories.
We got some school shooters in the room here today with us.
I have a few school stories that like I wasn't involved in, but there's one that's fucked up.
I heard of one that involved someone bringing a gun to school, like our school.
Oh shit! It happened at my stepsister's school. This fucking like incel kid like really liked this chick. And, you know, of course, she rejected.
This fucking incel.
Yeah, I'm really laying it in. This dude was an incel. And this was before incels were a thing. Like, well, no, they were always there, but, like, this is before we've categorized them.
They've always been there.
They've always been
looking in
there.
the shadows.
But, like, you know, he gets rejected. Can't really handle that. So the next day, like, maybe like a few days later, he buys her favorite vitamin water. And she's all cool. And she drinks it. And he starts laughing at her and shit. And he nutted in the vitamin water.
Boy, let me tell you something.
He got immediately expelled and arrested, and like she had to go get like numerous like STD tests.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks, dude. Don't fucking do that.
Don't nut in someone's vitamin water.
That. If you really want to impress us, print out "Don't nut in people's vitamins waters" and post it in your neighborhood, like on the
Post it at your school. If you can get it up in your school and manage to take a picture of it, I will give you something. I don't know what, but I will.
If you can take a picture like every hour that it's up and send it to us.
Yeah, if you could just give me a picture of proof that's up, and then give me a catalog time of how long it stayed up. But I swear to God, if you lie.
That's your mission. We should give people missions.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't be telling them to leave comments.
Let's do both. You got 3 comments and a mission to do now. Look, there's a whole laundry list of things to do this month.
Listen, this is 2018. Let me tell you something. This is 2018. We're giving you missions.
Yeah. Look,
this is the future of YouTube. Let me tell you something. And the more reach we have, the more likely people are going to do this. We're going to give you missions from now on. And maybe we should give you like a range of them, like an easy one. Like this one's a hard one. Like you could have repercussions from this one.
Could you get in trouble for putting "don't nut" in the vitamin water at school? I always feel like I wouldn't get in trouble for that. Maybe like a slap on the wrist.
You get like talked to, I think.
I mean, it's not like for some reason, I feel like if you said "don't come in the vitamin water," you'd get in more trouble than saying "don't nut in the vitamin water."
I have no idea. Don't get in trouble, is what I'm saying. And don't blame us. It was your choice. We just gave you the idea.
You just accepted the mission. See,
Cool Boys is not responsible for any repercussions or legal trouble that you might get in. It's your choice. Winners don't do drugs.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Calvin, I'm not a winner.
I've been a loser my whole life.
I spent like 30 minutes not winning before you picked me up.
Hey guys, you want to go lose? You want to go not win for a little bit?
It's the guy in a trench coat. Hey, you want some loss?
He just pulls out the cock
Yeah.
and hands it to him.
And then he smokes it and
It's his blood wrap.
dies. And dies.
His soul leaves his body.
Yeah, all right. You got 3 comments and a mission this week.
If we think of an easier one, you probably should do that one.
You're gonna have a laundry list of things to fucking do this month by the end of the podcast.
And for those of you who aren't in school,
Go to a school. No, don't do
No,
that. Please
no,
don't do that.
no, no. I don't know if I should edit that out.
No, we said please don't. We said please don't. That was a joke. That was a joke.
This podcast is getting dark.
Oh, so funny.
Holy shit.
Oh, shit.
Welcome to Cool Boys. It's like your older brother who's a bad influence on you.
Oh, my God. Okay, I'm back. I just came back from Mars. Elon Musk was there with Azalea Banks.
So, this one time in band class, 10th grade, I was in drumline, so I was with them. We're about to go to a football game to play be the pep band type stuff. And Jared was there, but he was in like regular band. And like our teacher, who I won't name, was talking to the drumline, and Jared was behind the teacher, like listening. He's talking to us. He's like, okay, you guys can play the songs, but you also have to let Jared and Roman play the songs as well, And he like turned to them and like, motioned to them, to let us know who they are for the people that didn't know. As soon as he turns back around to us, Jared full on arm swings towards the back of his head, but he ducked back like this. I know you can't see that, but he ducked back so he wouldn't hit him, like obviously. But his fist grazed the back of his head, and like he just felt like a hair swoosh. And like in the middle of explaining, he's like, "Okay, yeah, you guys need to," and he like turned around suddenly and just looked at them for like half a second. And it's so funny because like he's so bombastic. He's like
yeah, he's very animated with his movements.
And then
also, he's a cunt.
Yeah, he's a cunt. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah.
And then like we just started dying because like he almost hit him.
I remember one time I went to his band class. This was when I was like, everyone knew me for video. And I had to interview someone for band class, and he was like, I really didn't fucking like him. And for some reason, anytime I walked in, I didn't even have his class. I can't play an instrument to save my life, but like, he would like praise me overtly, and I would get so pissed at it, honestly, because I could just, I don't know, I could feel the shittiness emanating off of it.
He was a shit talker.
Yeah, so I remember one time I walk in and he did that, and he was like, praise me or whatever. I was like, yeah, I just need to talk to like this one person. It's like, oh, they're in the other thing. I go, oh shit, and I start helicoptering my mic and I leave. Like full on curse in front of him and everything. Like my whole goal was every time he praised me was just to completely make him eat his words. Every time.
I can't. I'm just imagining you doing that. It's the funniest. It is the funniest. There was this one time where like we're getting a test, and it was like marimba. It wasn't like a snare drum rudiment test or whatever.
Okay. I was like, oh.
And my buddy Josh was getting his test, and he's like, the teacher. This wasn't that teacher. It was the grade before. Again, giant cunt. Not gonna name names though. And like, he's like, the teacher was counting him off. He's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, and Josh played like 3 notes before he messed up. And he's like, doot, doot, doot. Oh shit! Like in front of the whole silent class. and then the teacher was like, oh, it's okay, try again.
That's funny.
There was another time where we had same class, and just so you know, it was me, Jared, and our friend Roman and Josh. Our friends Roman and Josh. And like that's the squad, if you don't know. Like that was a mistake putting us in the same class. But we had a substitute teacher one time. And like you couldn't really tell like or you could tell that she wasn't paying full attention. So there was this one time where she was counting off. She was like 1, 2, 3. And then on the 4, Roman just yells, masturbate. So it's like 1, 2, 3, masturbate. And they started playing the songs, except they weren't playing the right thing. They're just playing whatever they want. And they're like gravity blasting on the snare, just like everyone's trying to play the right thing, and they're just like
That reminds me of when we were in Japanese class.
One more anecdote about that. When they stopped playing, they're like, "Good job, percussion. You're doing very
just
well."
Wasn't listening.
Yeah,
Like she was just completely tuned out to what was happening.
or she didn't know, or
Just
something.
didn't care.
Yeah.
I remember we had this substitute in Japanese class. She was a super old lady, and like Isaac, Patrick, and like 2 other people downloaded like Sound Grenade apps and put it to like the highest frequency.
Oh no.
To like it was a frequency that here's the thing, when you get older you can't hear certain frequencies anymore.
Yeah, because your ears.
She couldn't hear
deteriorate.
this frequency, so she's just chilling normally, and then everyone else is just hearing 4 simultaneous and everyone was just fucking dying, and she's like, what's going on? Like had no fucking like no clue.
There was this one time in math class. There was this kid who could beatbox pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
And like it was just kind of like it was towards the end of class, like the lesson was done. We're just kind of like, oh, you can start on your homework now. And people were talking, and the dude starts beatboxing, and the teacher's like, who's playing that music? And he stops, and everyone's silent. He's like, the teacher's like, don't play that music, we're in school. Then it kind of like gets back to normal. He starts doing it again. He's like, the teacher's like, who's playing the music? And then someone was finally like, he's beatboxing. And the teacher's like, oh, do that again? The thing is that like, it sounded like beatboxing. It didn't sound like music. It was just kind of like a... There was another time in that same class, like I didn't really have, like there's people I knew in there, but I didn't have any friends, so I was just kind of silent. I got paired up with this dude for like a math thing where you're supposed to measure shit. Like you measure something in the room and then you do math with it. I don't know what the fuck it was, but you could go outside of the classroom and find things to measure. Like,
cool.
Let's measure this window or whatever. And my partner decides it's a good idea to measure the fire alarm.
Incredible.
And the school was new, so it wasn't just like the red box fire alarm that you just pull.
Oh yeah.
It had a plastic case around it.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, okay. I thought he was talking about the plastic case. So I'm like,
oh no, he wanted
to measure the actual fire alarm.
So he lifted the fucking case.
He pulled the case and just an alarm, like a small alarm. It's like, wait, and then he puts it back. And everyone turns and looks at us. And the teacher was just like, what the fuck was that? And, like, I just didn't expect it.
And he's just like, I was practicing being a racist Indian. Oh fuck. There was one time I have a lot of ignorant stories from Japanese class specifically because like Bryn, myself, Isaac, Patrick, like all of these ignorant heavy hitters were all in this class. and fucking, I remember one time, fucking Mr. Waller is giving his fucking, just his speecho about or whatever on Japanese things. And Patrick's like, "Hey, I got these wax strips," and everyone's like,
They what?
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, I got these wax strips, like for
Oh,
like
wax.
like waxing hair."
I thought you said black strips. I
No,
was like,
no, for like
what the hell you
waxing, like
saying?
waxing hair.
Yeah.
And like Isaac and Brent are like, "What the fuck are you doing with wax sticks?" He says, "I don't know. I just got them. I just have them." And he's like, "We're like, we'll pull one out, see what it looks like." He looks at it, like, "I see. That's crazy." And I was like, I wonder if those hurt. I was like, "You should put it on the top of my knuckles, and we'll just rip this knuckle hair off and see what happens." And he's like, "Yeah, let's do it." I was so down for it. And then he goes, "All right, ready?" He goes, 1, 2, and sticks it on the hairiest part of my arm. And I just look at it with my jaw dropped for a second because I was just like, the thing is like the hair length on my arm is like the hair length on some people's head.
Yeah, like if you've never seen like a video of Jake or whatever, he has some arm hair.
Like I'm incredibly hairy in the arms, legs, kind of hairy in the chest, no hair on my back, and too much hair on my ass. Not on my ass, I guess in my ass, but I mean that's a whole other demon.
That's a whole nother
That's
story.
a whole other demon to conquer. But yeah, he slaps it on my arm, and I was just like, "Fuck, that is gonna hurt." And like Mr. Waller's like, "What's going on?" And I was like, because like at this point, Bryn can't take it anymore. He's dying. Isaac's laughing. Everyone's laughing, and then they go over to see like what's going. Oh, and Mr. Wallace does not know what's happening, and I was like, "Hey, I'll be right back." And I just fucking got up and left. Like I didn't even say anything, didn't explain it. I was like, "All right, I'll be right back." And I just left, went to the bathroom, and I was like, "Fuck my life." And I fucking tore it, but these weren't like expensive wax strips. They were pretty cheap. So when I tore it, the paper came off, but the wax didn't.
Oh no.
So it was even worse because what I had to do is I was just like, "Fuck my life." And I grabbed the wax and just balled my hair up as hard as I could. And I fucking just teared it all off. And it hurt so fucking bad.
That sounds absolutely
And
horrid.
I had this like, imagine my arm right now, like just as hairy as, and then right here, a perfect rectangle of bald. And I come back and everyone sees it. It's like bleeding too, because it was like fucking like this is big hair. Like if this gets pulled out from the root, it makes the poor bleed. Like
yeah.
it's straight up like 40-year-old virgin if you haven't seen that. Like if you have seen that actually.
Fuck.
But so everyone's laughing about that. Mr. Woolers is like, "What the fuck just happened?" And so I'm sitting there and I'm like with one full hairy arm and then one like patchy hairy arm, and I'm like, "You know what? Fuck it." And so after the class ended, I was like, "Hey Patrick, give me another one of those wax strips." So he hands it to me. I was like, "All right, perfect." Slapped it on the other arm. And he's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Look, if I'm gonna have a bald spot, I might as well make it fucking match." And I just fucking tear that one off, and now I have perfectly 2 rectangles on both my arms for the rest of the day.
Holy shit.
And then I get home, and my mom looks, she's like, "What the fuck did you do?" I was like, "It's a long story. It wasn't my fault." Well, this one was, but this one wasn't. And so we go and buy some like actual wax strips, and then just because like you can't just shave the rest of your arm if some of it's waxed. It'll never grow back properly.
Yeah.
So I had to get the rest of my arms waxed. And for like 2 months, I looked fucking beautiful. I've never felt so like attracted to myself before than when I saw my arms without hair.
You ever shave your legs?
When I was a little kid, but like I've always wanted to try like waxing my legs
Like
just
as
once.
an adult?
Yeah, just once I would like to wax my legs. I've never shaved them as an adult or clipped them or anything. I did it once when I was a kid.
I shaved it once, like maybe a year and a half ago.
I need to get these waxed. You can't shave these bad boys.
Yeah. But it's like pants feel so much different.
I know. I really want to try it. Honestly, it's like I want to do the waxing because like one, it's like I bet that pain because the leg hair it's even longer than my arm hair, so
Yeah.
it's like that amount of pain will probably be very interesting to experience. It's not like it's like excruciating pain, but it's like this weird like stinging pain, like all the hair in that area just got torn from your body.
Here's an idea. What if you shaved and then you waxed?
Nah, it wouldn't be the same experience. I'd do it full leg hair.
Okay. You want to suffer is what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Or what I'm getting at.
I mean, it kind of goes back to the whole being stepped on thing. But another time in Japanese class, this is when I was taking
This one time in Japanese class?
This is when I was taking guitar too for a little bit. I don't know why I took it. I just was interested. Yeah, it's just interesting. God damn it.
Brought her back.
My wife is back. I thought I got rid of her.
Nah. I got an email the other day offering me $10,000.
200 rubles.
Rubles?
Yeah. 6,000 Russian marks.
20 bender benches.
0.1123 Bitcoin.
It's like $30.
I think that's way more than $30.
I don't know.
But
I just bought Link because you told me to. That's all I know.
Good.
I don't even know how to pull it out if I wanted
You'll
to.
thank me later. Well, here's the thing: you don't. Well, you hold until we're rich.
Yeah, I'm talking about later, you know?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think you sell it, and you sell it for Ethereum, and then
So you just go backwards?
Yeah, you basically just do the whole process backwards.
I get it.
Or you sell it for Bitcoin, whatever is the easier transferable rate at that moment,
Sure.
and then you go back to the World Bitcoin Bank or whatever, and then reconvert that back to USD.
Okay. Good
But,
to know.
Yeah. I like that I say the World Bitcoin Bank. It's like in Ready Player One, it's like going to the Oasis and it's just this fucking underground bank.
It's all digital.
I need to watch that movie, not because I'm interested in the movie or the plot, just because it's like, I just want to see how much money fucking Steven Spielberg spent solely on references that have no substance to the plot. I heard there's a scene where like 6 Master Chiefs like come out of nowhere.
The Iron Giant's in it.
Yeah, Iron Giant's fucking... There's a lot of shit that's in it. I was watching, like, CinemaSins, like, video on it, and I was looking at some of the references. I was like, Jesus Christ, how much money did you fucking pay just to, like, be able to say that word? And have it, like, not even relate to the goddamn plot.
Yeah.
But,
Steven fucking Spielberg.
So I have my fucking, like, guitar, and it's, like, it's not... I don't have a good case for it. It's a really shitty case for it. Like... If I dropped the case, the guitar would definitely break.
Mm-hmm.
So that's very important. But we had this other guy who was a foreign dude named Chang, and he sat in front of me and Bryn. And he sat directly in front of me. Bryn was to the right of me, so he was like diagonal to Chang.
Okay.
And his back is facing to us. So one day, when fucking our teacher was just going at it, Bryn just like, for no reason, just leans over in front of me and then blows on Chang's neck, and then quickly goes back to his seat. Chang looks around at me, and he's like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" I think it's funny, so I'm just not ratting Bryn at this point. And then Bryn does it again, and he just looks. He's like, "Bruh," I just start laughing. Like, it's not me, man. It's not doing it.
You weren't lying.
And Bryn does it again.
Oh my god.
And he's like, "Dude, I'm being serious." That's like, I'm being serious too. I'm not doing it. And then Bryn does it one more. Like, he's like, "For real, if you do it again." It's like, basically, he's like, "We going at it." I was like, "Whatever, dude." And then Bryn does it just right when he turns back around. Bryn goes, like, one more time. And he gets up, he's like, "Fine." And fucking picks up my guitar, is ready to just overhead fucking smash it.
Holy shit.
And Bryn was like, whoa. Hang on. And I was laughing so hard, but I was like, I find this so funny, but if you break that guitar, I'm gonna cave your fucking face in.
There was a Spanish class I had, and there was a dude sitting behind me. And he was kind of like playing with my hair, because I still had long hair back then. So I just turned around and slapped him.
Hell yeah. That's what you should do.
And it wasn't like a full face slap. I just kind of like did a swipe at him and just hit him.
Just hit him with the hand and he disappears.
But he thought it was funny, so like it was cool. And then he starts doing it again, and I just turn around and pop his snapback off of his head. Just like, stop.
Fuck, there was There was one time in video class. This is when I was they surprised me because I made prom court for some goddamn reason.
Yeah, you were the prom king.
I wasn't prom king.
Oh, you weren't the king?
Nah, I almost won. I came like second, pretty much, but it was very close. The only reason I didn't win is because one is a way nicer person. Or fuck, I can't say his full name. I'm gonna give him an alias. One, Black Panther was way fucking more of like a we were both incredibly nice, but like he was like outwardly like community helping nice to where everyone knew me as a nice guy, but I was also ignorant as a motherfucker. But like at the same time, another reason why they couldn't count my votes right, because like we had this whole thing at prom where like the way you voted was you had these, I swear to God, this is what it was. You had these beans. You had a black bean and a white bean. The black beans were for the guys and the white beans were for the girls. So you put a black bean in any of the guys' like areas to vote for them, and you put a white bean in any of the girls' areas to vote for them. See, all my friends just put their black and white beans in my fucking thing. They didn't give a shit. So like when they dumped mine out, I had violently more than everyone else, but they were all black and white beans. Like
let's count the black beans.
I think they just said fuck it. Like they just said, I see. We can't give him prom king. Also, I remember they were like lining everyone up. They were lining everyone up, and I was like chilling outside, just like shooting the shit. And, like they were calling my name for like a minute. I just didn't show up. I think that was a pretty good like, just like, because like all the other people like ASB are like varsity football players, and so you know they're all up there standing. It's like Jake. And I just come in, I just slide in like, hey, motherfuckers.
Do you remember it was like an ASB thing, and there was this one kid who did like a speech, and in the middle of it,
oh, he did the Hitler thing?
He did the Hitler thing.
Oh yeah, he also talked about fucking railing Coke too.
Yeah.
He won, but they didn't give him the win.
There was a video of him explaining it. He's like, no, Nazis do this with their right hand. I did it with, I don't know what hand it is.
I get that, but like, homie, we all knew what you were doing. You talked about snorting Coke and then fucking heiled. Like, we know what you were doing.
And everyone was just like, whoa.
I fucking lost it when that happened. Because everyone else just had their like, you know, cut and dry, like, I want to be president, like speeches. And then he just comes out and just starts throwing slurs like they're fucking kunai.
I remember there was this one dude who was like dressed in like a 3-piece suit, like way overdressed. And he had his speech. He laid it out. He took it and ripped it in half.
I hate people who fucking do that.
And then it's like he gave a speech like Obama or something.
It's like
he's like, I'm not just doing this for me or you guys. I'm doing it for America.
I feel like
I'm like, you're such a weak ass.
That sounds like, you know who that sounds like?
Who?
Fucking Zen.
I don't know who that is.
Was he like 3-piece suit? Was he kind of on the smaller end, black hair?
He was I can tell you who it is. It was Zishan. Do you know him?
Oh, Zishan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know him. He's actually hella funny though. Like he's actually genuine.
Yeah.
See, the thing about Zen is that he's a fucking cunt. Oh, don't even censor that. Zen, I'm not saying your last name, but Zen, you ever see this? You're a fucking cunt. I swear to God. That fight request I sent you years ago when I graduated is still pending. I will goddamn lay the smack on you for what you did senior year.
What'd he do?
He fucked up my whole senior year for video. I worked really hard to make my senior year as easy as possible for me. Like I took 0 hours, 7 period, did like extra maths and like younger grades to fucking have enough credits and be ahead and everything to just not do it my senior year.
Yeah.
Like I remember like after I graduated junior year, I went to my counselor. I was like, this is how I want my fucking schedule. And she's like, there's no math, science, or anything on here. I was like, do I need it anymore to graduate? And she looks at my thing. She's like, I mean, technically no. I was like, perfect. I was like, I want to take video twice in one semester. I took 2 of the same class. And they weren't 2 different classes. I took the same class that had 2 different time slots twice.
Did you have to do the same stuff?
No, Jarvis didn't let this fact. I took video. Like, here's a little thing. I have a record at Curtis that can't be broken for video.
Oh,
I've taken video more times than you can go to Curtis. My collective amount of years in video is 3.5 to 4.
I mean,
You can't do that.
you can't because like you're in high school for 3 years.
Yeah, you're only
You can only
so, yeah.
usually take it once.
Here's the thing.
Per year.
Everyone's like, oh wait, 3 years isn't high school first. Over in our area, high school is only 10th through 12th grade.
Yeah.
For some stupid reason, it is only 3 grades.
Whatever.
There are no freshmen at our high school.
It's a different school, and
Yeah.
they didn't offer video at that.
Yeah, they didn't
Time.
offer video at that other school. But yeah, I took video. That's because I made my counselor okay it pretty much, and I allowed myself to take the same class twice for 2 semesters. But
Incredible.
I remember. But no, so my senior year, this fucking dude like. But also like, yeah, Jarvis had me just do fucking anything. I was just literally editor-in-chief and in charge of CHN. That was like my in-school thing. But apart from that, it was like just make any video you want to have it be put in like Tuesday Show or shit like that.
Yeah.
Or like do video like events and stuff like that. Or do the assembly videos or like just do people's video commissions. Like that's all I was doing.
Yeah.
But I remember Dawson and I were trying to get a short video for this film festival, and it was coming in line with the assembly video, and we didn't want to edit the assembly video that month because we wanted to work on this video. So Zen and his fucking homies show up, and he's like, hey, I know I'm in ASB and I'm not in video, but I have this really nice camera and I'm interested in doing video. Do you think I could do the assembly video this month?
Ooh, I don't like where this is going.
And so Dawson and I were like, yeah, that works perfectly. Yeah, you can do that. We're working on this anyway. Don't think anything of it too much. The assembly video comes out, and we're like, immediately I watch it. Everyone's like losing their mind at how, air quotes, good it is. And I see it, and I was like, this is terrible.
Oh no.
And here's the thing is that we didn't have good cameras in video class. Like we had the arts had a low budget at our school. Our school is
Yeah.
very sports focused. Like to put it into like perspective, like they spent like tens of thousands of dollars on new school uniforms or like on new uniforms for the football team.
And they
and,
built
like-
a fucking entire swimming pool.
They built it like an Olympic swimming pool and a fucking like a fucking Husky style football stadium.
It's
and
fucking ridiculous.
and then like cut all the art budgets because of it. Like we had fucking dick all. We make do with what we had. But since his dad's a teacher, Zen's dad is a teacher at the school.
Who?
The Japanese teacher.
Oh, okay.
He's Japanese.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But basically what it was, he had like a $5,000 camera. It was like like back in the day that I think the Canon D5 Mark III or something was like the body was like $3,000 to $4,000 at that time when that model came out.
Fuck.
I think. So the video quality was fucking good, but if you looked past that, there was no composition to any of the shots. All of it was edited in iMovie, and I could tell.
Lord.
Like violently tell. And it was one of those videos that's like, you know the YouTube channel People Are Awesome? I'm sure you've seen a People Are Awesome compilation where it's it's like a high quality like GoPro compilation of people doing like incredible like feats and stuff.
Yeah.
Like a dude's like bungee jumping off the Grand Canyon, and then like these guys are like bicycling through the Arctic, and it's like really well composed shots, but it's like cut to the beat of like a lame ass fucking song that you can get. You know, it's like first things first, I'm the fucking. I really shouldn't have did that.
Woo!
But you know what I mean, right? Like those songs.
I'm just gonna agree with you. Yeah.
a song that's really easy to cut to the beat.
I get it.
Okay.
I get it.
So it's like that. It was fucking awful.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, good thing that we're going to take over the assembly videos next time. Like after this, it's like, oh, good. The next assembly rolls around and we didn't get asked to do the video. And we were like, oh, I guess there's no video. And then a video pops up. It's fucking Zen's video again. It's another one of these shit compilations. But then he does another video that's like, because it was the cultural assembly.
Oh,
It's basically an assembly that says, hey guys, we're not racist.
Everyone was racist.
Yeah. Everyone was racist at that school. If you said you weren't racist, you were racist.
It was 95% white kids.
Well, I think there was more Asian people than white kids, in my opinion. Or
Really?
it was an even split almost, I think. I don't know.
I don't know either. There was a lot of kids there.
There was a lot of kids there. It was a pretty diverse school. No, not really. I'll retract that statement. But and we're like, what the fuck? So we go to the principal at the time, Mr. Hammond, who's really tight with us, and we're like, hey, how come he didn't come to us for the assembly video? That's something video does. He's like, oh yeah, Zen told us that you told them that he could take over doing the assembly videos from now on. And we're like, motherfucker, what?
Like you told him you could do the one, but not any after that.
Yeah. We just we just said he could do one. And it's like, well, he's got all these plans, so we can't really change. I was like, what the fuck? So we lost the assembly videos for the rest of the year.
Weak.
Like, follow this up with, I started taking advanced placement photo. I never took photo before, but Jarvis put me in it because he just believed I could do it.
He believed in you.
And in doing so, I got access to the higher quality photo cameras.
Yeah.
So I started using those for video instead. And so like my quality of video in comparison to every other video person skyrocketed because I was the only one that was allowed to use those cameras. So all my videos had a very different feel to them. Not to his level though, not to Zen's level, because his fucking camera's $5,000. But Jarvis is asking me what equipment we need because he got the budget in and he's ordering new equipment. I was like, well, we really need a fucking boom mic because all our mics are dented or broken and we don't have a single boom mic for shots.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, we'll get the boom mic. So we get the boom mic. And it's an okay boom mic. Like, it's not a good one. It's like battery powered boom mic. And it's like, it's better than fucking no mic.
Yeah.
But it still ain't good. And I was like, okay, that works. And I remember seeing Zen filming, and he was carrying this like $1,000+ boom mic. And I was like, did his dad fucking buy that for him? So I asked one of the people at ASB, and he's like, no, that's ASB's boom mic. The school bought it. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh.
I was like, are you kidding me right now? I was like, are you not joking with me? And it's this constant back and forth with this dude like stealing video classes videos and doing it himself in ASB. And it's like, I got to see the come up to this, but after I graduated, it turned into full like Third Reich situation.
Jesus.
Like, no, I'm not. It's a horrible comparison, but I'm basically explaining. I'd start like you saw the potential of something bad happening, and then it skyrocketed.
Yeah.
So like, at the end of the year, this one teacher came to me and commissioned me to do a video, like a music video. And the main reason I took it is because Zen and his friends turned it down. And I was like, fucking bitch. I was like, I cannot believe this. So I did it. And my only stipulation was I wanted to do it 100% myself. No help. I did all the filming, all the editing, everything. I wanted to have only my name on it.
Yeah.
I put it everywhere, Kojima style. And everyone loved that fucking video. And I made a point when I posted it to say, like, this is the difference between having a higher quality camera versus having to know how to compose things.
Yeah.
Like, I was throwing hard shade.
I would take better composed shots with a decent camera as opposed to horrible shots with an expensive, nice camera.
Mm-hmm. And then I remember when I graduated, also our prom got fucked up because of him. And there's other things that ASB did when he was president are fucked up. Like the choir, like they do a fundraiser every year to raise money for like their big choir like tour trip.
Yeah.
and they raised all the money themselves. And like a week before the trip, for some reason, their funds like got all their like donation funds like got liquidated from their account. And like they looked into it, and apparently like someone from ASB like okayed to like take their fucking money.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that they fundraised. But no, he fucked our prom up too. Because I remember Ali. There was people in ASB that I liked that were friends of mine that didn't treat it like fucking generic, like anyone treats student government, where they're all cunts. Like, student government is actually a really good example of how real government usually is.
Student government.
Yeah. So whoever decided that student government is a smart thing needs to fucking legit put their whole fist up their ass and attempt to shit it out of their mouth. Like, but there were people that were cool, and like Ollie was super excited because they had the list of like prom themes they were going to go through, and there were some cool ass themes on there.
Yeah.
And like we got the budget approved for all of these. We're just like thinking of which one to do. I was like, yeah, that's cool, man. I'm cool. You're like telling me ahead of time. And then prom comes around, and the theme is a theme that wasn't on the list that was shown. It's called Bright Lights.
Bright lights.
Yeah, how do you fucking dress for that? The
wear white.
Yeah, the prom.
3M.
Yeah, exactly. The prom before that
clothing.
was like a masquerade ball. The prom before that was like an Under the Sea theme. The prom before that was like a 20s theme. Like cool ass themes, and we get bright lights. And so I looked into this, and I found out that Zen, the son of a bitch, for a fucking video, used the prom budget to purchase a helicopter flyby of the school to film a helicopter flyby shot that was in a video for like 4 seconds.
What the fuck?
I was like, buy a drone!
Were drones even a thing?
They were definitely something back then. There's no way that the fucking option of a helicopter was more cost effective than a drone.
I'm just a little bit shocked right now.
And so like when I found all that shit out and I graduated, I won't post these, but like I have these screen capped and I look at them from time to time. I fucking went full ignorant on him once. I didn't go like, hey, we got beef, I'm gonna beat your ass. I went in my own sense, and I was just like, I just started talking nonsense to him like a fucking crazy person. Like, I started just like talking about the weather, and then I said, oh, by the way, I challenge you to Mortal Kombat for your shoes. I was like, if I kill you, I'm taking your shoes. And he's like, you better be ready. And then he messages me like I would imagine an automated like bank texting system would message you. And he goes, hello, Jake. I have read through your entire message, and I see the hostile intent that you carry. Just know that I do not take threats. That I take every threat seriously. And I literally broke character because it was so funny. I was like, homie, I just challenge you to Mortal Kombat for your fucking shoes. Are you really gonna have this much of a thumb up your ass? Like I started just going off on him, and then I was just like, and then I literally, he's like, I don't know where this hostility is coming from. I was like, it's like, all right, this is the last time I'm ever gonna talk to you, and I just fucking laid in everything he did through the year. And I was like, I swear to God, if I hear anything more happen with you being involved, there's going to be trouble. And when I graduated a year after, my sister was telling me what was up because my sister became ASB president.
Nice.
Yeah.
Revenge.
And yeah, it all it really, I forced her to do some changes, but like she kind of wanted to keep certain things that Zen did, and I was a little pissed about that.
I mean,
like,
yeah. Sure.
Here's the thing. You know CHN, the shit that like we did all the time, and like how we had different hosts.
For those of you that don't know, that's like it was a weekly news thing, kind of like news, but run by students.
So you know how we had like different hosts every time that were from video class that do video and we're in video for the sake of doing video, and fucking the news thing is a video as well, and it's kind of like a reward for being on that video because everyone gets to see that video.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, I don't know how they swung this, but they somehow took the hosting portions of CHN away from video and made the ASB body the ones who were the hosts, like permos. It was literally like if you turned on the video and fucking Stalin's on there just giving the address. Like, it was goddamn like fucking, it was 1942. Like, what the fuck?
Wow.
They regimed my video class.
Not just you, like everyone.
Yeah, they fucked everyone. Like, I was so bummed for Jarvis, and like after a year, Jarvis basically went to Hammond and was like, "Motherfucker, you are never doing this again." I was like, if these people do anything like this ever again, I swear. He's like, "I swear to God," and it's like, I was baffled. And then I participated in someone's ASB election video, and honestly, she should have won, but she fucking laid it into Zen. She got like every graduating student to talk about something that ASB did to screw them over and just completely outed them.
My God.
It was amazing. I
Wow.
remember she was getting like people were, I remember this is like super true, but like Zen's like lackeys were like bullying people into trying to get them to vote for him because she was such a threat to him. How fucking wild is that when you think about that outside of high school? Like, how fucking crazy is that?
Do you know what he's doing now?
I couldn't give two shits. If I ever saw him in real life, I'm gonna axe kick him.
Exactly. He's irrelevant.
I'm gonna fucking do the God Hand stake driver and just fucking send him into the ground. Like,
Bury that bitch.
for real. I might actually deck him if I see him. That's unfortunate. I might get an assault charge for that. I would sign off on that very instantly. Like, I'll pay the $200. Give me the court case. I'll plead guilty. Whatever. Did you
Worth
punch him?
it.
Did you punch him? Yeah. Why? Because he's a bitch and he had it coming for like 4 years.
Some people peak in high school. I've never even heard of him until you said something.
Oh fuck! If like you got out before it got bad.
That's what I kept hearing. Like, drumline turned to shit. The music classes turned to shit.
You got out, like we all got out before that school tanked for a while.
Some teachers got into some illegal shit that
Yeah.
you shouldn't know about. And it was just bad. It just
Very
got
bad.
bad.
We have more. I have like a fucking laundry list of like school stories,
Yeah.
but like we should probably go to gaming.
Yeah, well, this
one
is a
straight-
gaming podcast. Welcome to Cool Boys. I'm
We've-
Calvin.
We've entertained you about our childhood for a little bit. Let's go into the meat.
Welcome to Cool Boys. I am Calvin.
I'm Jake.
Woo!
Did we not even go through it?
We didn't
That's
even
just
do
all-
that.
If we didn't do the Cool Boys intro, that would just be a 1 hour cold open. Incredible.
Gaming.
Games.
Let's talk about games. I haven't been playing games.
You know,
To be completely honest.
I'm gonna be real too. I've been so busy with work that I've only been playing 3 games.
The only thing I played is Doom, and I think we probably talked about that.
We were talking about that a lot off the podcast. I don't think we talked about Doom on the podcast. We talked about Doom Eternal being announced, but we haven't done the podcast since that gameplay trailer got revealed.
Yeah.
And holy fuck.
That looks...
Let me just
They took everything from that Doom and just put it into overdrive.
I didn't here's the thing. When I first saw the Doom Man, the Doom Slayer in Doom 2016, when he's just fucking on the slab, and you just also one of the best game openings in a fucking shooter I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Just gets right to
Absolutely.
the fucking point immediately. Sets the stage, gets right to the point, like of who you are and what you're gonna do.
It just put like a middle finger.
It is
to all
incredible.
shooters.
It is incredible. I've never seen such a great opening to a shooter.
The only thing that could make it any better is like when you press start, it like automatically shoots a guy and then you're just in it.
Yeah.
That would be even better. Like no intro at all.
But like the Doom guy was the fucking peak of like genetic perfection when it came to murdering something. and they somehow make him twice as big. They make the Doom Eternal Doomslayer look like he could eat the original Doomslayer.
Yeah.
Like, it is.
He's jacked.
He is fucking massive. It is what? Like, what are they gonna do for the third one? Is he just gonna fucking explode out of his armor? Like, what is gonna happen? Like,
Oh,
they better have one where he's just eating things. Like, he just eats a whole fucking
he's
demon.
just a mouse.
Like, he literally just bites its head off. That would be hard as fuck if he just bit a chunk of a demon's head off.
Where he just like headbutts him and their head explodes.
Did you see the thing where he pistol whipped a dude so hard his head caved into his neck? Like,
Bam.
it's fucking incredible.
The super shotgun has the grappling
It has a
hook.
fucking scorpion chain. Oh yeah. Not only do they jack him, they give him a predator blade and a scorpion chain. Like, what the fuck?
So he's just like, he watched the thing and he's just like swinging around over lava.
And they
just-
gave him the ability to multi-jump and strafe dash. Like,
There's gonna be some tech in that game.
they've turned him, like, he is literally murder perfected. Like, it is so fucking crazy.
It's so good though. It's
It's
so
good. Doom is so fucking. I'm so glad Doom has stayed good since Doom came out.
Doom 3 fell a little bit.
Doom 3 is polarizing, but I liked Doom 3 a lot.
I never played it, so I'm not sure.
I like the scariness of it. It actually was scary. When I played it when I was a kid, but
Anyway,
also, when I was going into Doom Eternal, because we asked this question, like, is that the same guy? Because 1 second, forgot to silence my phone. Didn't see the message that you sent me before you picked me up. Just did. But because we were like, is it the same guy? Because he's like that. He's that big. Like, it's that big of a difference. And so I looked it up, and not only is he the same guy from Doom 2016 to Doom Eternal, he is the same guy. Like, let me put this into perspective. Doom 1, Doom 2, Doom 3, for some reason.
Doom 64.
Doom 64, Doom RPG. Doom 2016, Doom Eternal. All canonically the same guy.
It couldn't be anyone else.
Let me give you a history of this man real quick. A fast history of the Doom guy, also known as the best backstory in fucking existence. This guy, I think it starts in Doom 3 pretty much. Like, this guy beats the shit out of an officer for being told to try to kill civilians, gets booted to Mars, is chilling on Mars for fuck all time, the worst job in the world. All of a sudden, hell, literal hell, comes to Mars through an accident. Now, this is a very key thing, an accident. Doom guy and a team of homies go up, check it out. Everyone dies but him. Fucking rails through everyone. This is when he's just a normal human who's just a good soldier. Rails through everyone, goes to hell, beats a cybernetic demon, a cybernetic time-traveling demon, comes back, thinks it's done, has like 1 hour of breathing room, and then lands on Earth, and Earth is fucked. And you find out that hell already came to Earth and it's fucking going down. So he just cracks his knuckles. He's like, all right, back to it. Tears through Earth, goes back to hell, kills almost literal Satan, comes back and is like, we done now. But that ain't it. Doom 64, it's happening again. But they figured out how to close the hell portals now, and you gotta do it from the other side. Gets back to hell again, kills another literal wall of Satan, and then just goes, you know what? Fuck it! And then just closes the door behind himself and stays in hell willingly. And then the combined hate and resolve of him staying in hell just transforms him into a fucking monster with immortality and godlike strength.
No,
like,
I have to correct you on this one because he was doing that. He was really good at killing demons, and then he met like this something noticed him,
mm-hmm.
and they're like, "You want to see some shit?" And then they like infused his armor with like Argent energy, and that's when he became like really fast and like.
And that's when he became like immortal, pretty much. Okay,
like he just didn't do it with hate, but I mean, hate was fueling.
Hate was the catalyst, but someone noticed the hate.
But there was, I forget the name of it, but something saw it and was like, "Shit."
All right, let me
nuts.
let me rewind the clock for a second. Starts tearing through hell, just going at it, and then just some dude is like, "Hey, I like that hate you're giving off, my man. Let me hook you up." Tink, tink, tink on his fucking armor. All right, dude. Now you're fucking got godlike strength and speed, and you're practically immortal. Have at it. Then, and this is canon, goes on a murder crusade through space and time, because hell is for some reason a hub world to other universes where hell exists, and goes on a murder crusade for not years, not decades, canonically eons. This man for eons was murdering on a minutely basis. So much that he was written in the fucking stone. And the demons eventually are like, we are fucked if this guy stays here. What do we do? Get him over here. Drops a whole section of hell on top of this guy.
It's an entire temple.
Yeah, sacrifices a whole temple. And temples are fucking huge in hell. A whole temple collapses on top of him. That just puts him to sleep for a little bit. It doesn't even kill him. And then they put him in a coffin, and then gets discovered, and then is sleeping for 4 straight years, and then wakes up, cock out on the fucking table, and all hell is broken loose in an alternate universe where his homies are now, instead of accidentally bringing hell to this world, have been profiting off of hell energy, and he just goes, back at it again, swings his dick at the first enemy, caves his fucking skull in, pulls a gun out and says, "Let's go," and then doom begins.
There was also a part before the temple thing where he fights a literal titan. There's a level in Doom 2016 where you start out like with his skeleton, like you go through his skull.
Jesus.
And like it's massive, and Doomslayer just fucked him up.
Like, the Doom guy has the best backstory. The fact that he is the same guy and has just been literally fueled and empowered by pure hatred. And just pure want to murder. Like,
there's a theory, I don't know if it's true, but like before all of that, there was these knights that protected I'm bad with names. They protected something very important. And one of them sold out like the location of where the knights are and where the important thing was, and like they all got fucked up, and the guy who sold them out was known as the Betrayer, and for some reason or another they took his son, the Betrayer's son, and that pissed him off, so he started killing demons. And then like he like pleaded with one of the high-ranking demons like, "Hey, could I please..." No, they took his son before that, and that's why he betrayed them. He's like, "If I tell you this stuff, will you give me my son back?" And he's like, "Yes, of course." So he sold them out. They all die except for him. He's like, "Okay, could I get my son back?" He's like, "Yeah, you can get your son back." And his son was the icon of sin.
Oh.
And that's what, like...
That's what Doom guy kills in Doom 2.
Yeah.
You kill the icon of sin. And you find out there's like a ton of them.
And then, like he's fueled with hate, and then when the actual Doom guy comes to hell, they fuse together into one being. So it's just this mass of hatred. And
so
then,
just two equal amassed energies of hate just combine,
yeah.
and like fuse into Omega hate 2.
And then he gets jacked up by the demon. So he's just unbelievably just stupid powerful.
God, Doom Guy is is the fucking best. God, I love it.
It's so simple, but so effective.
It's
effective.
It's got it's such a simple backstory, but like it's such a hardcore backstory when you put it like that. Like, oh, I fucking love Doom.
It's a good one.
And then you got Mick Gordon just slaying racism with a guitar.
He's laying a line of fat action all over the audio.
Playing a 9-string with his hands and a 10-string with his cock.
If you didn't know, there's actually like if you looked in an audio spectrogram at one of the songs, there's 666 and then like a pentagram.
Amazing.
There's a picture of him at home, like when he first did that his wife took, and he's just like like you should look that up.
He is the Doom man. I've never seen someone embody like Doom through music like he does.
Well, because I don't know if you watched the GDC thing, but he's like, when he got called on, like, and he talked to everyone, they're like, no guitars, we don't want metal, because like
they didn't want it to be like the original Doom where it was using metal tracks.
Well, it was
because the original Doom was straight metal tracks.
Yeah, it was like metal.
It was like Master of Puppets and shit. Like they actually got
songs.
Yeah, they actually got in trouble for ripping Master of Puppets.
Yeah. And there was like some Pantera stuff. And
yeah, also, Pantera as well.
But it's like when you like imagine you're back in the 90s and you load that up and you're killing demons to metal.
Pantera, like,
which is the heaviest shit at the time. Like that's fucking awesome.
It's fucking awesome.
But like metal these days has become like people think it's a joke and it's cheesy and whatever. So Mick Gordon was like, okay, you don't want to do metal or stuff. I'll try this like heavy electronic stuff. And they're like they put it to the music and they're like, it's missing something. And Mick Gordon goes, check this shit out. And he pulls a 9-string. And he just plays the original Doom.
They're like, that's not a guitar. He's like, check this out.
And then
just kills Todd Howard.
Then he proceeds to play literal gent. Like heavier, not like typical gent, like Periphery.
Just the heaviest shit you could think of.
It's like influenced by gent. It's kind of more industrial though. And like when they put that to the gameplay, they were like, oh fuck, you're right. There was no other thing they could have done.
He played a riff so hard. Like we were saying, we were going back and forth on this last night, but he played a riff so hard, it dematerialized Todd Howard and then reformed him instantly.
Yeah. And I was freaking out when I first played that because I didn't know what it sounded like. The only thing I knew what it sounded like was from the trailer that they showed, which was like the electronic, like... There was no, like, heavy
Mick Gordon came in after the trailer. I think, or his music got fully implemented after the trailer.
Yeah, that's when he really started adding guitars.
Like the guitar into it, yeah.
And then, like when I heard
and then you see the second trailer, it's like, is he just fucking killing alien? Ah!
It feels so good. And like I was so freaking out. I was like, on Twitter, I was like, the Doom soundtrack goes really hard. And I think I added him, and he liked the tweet.
BFG Division makes me want to rotate my wrists at the speed of a helicopter.
And just fly away.
Yeah.
And I was also freaking out. I was like, this is going to expose so many people to like heavier music. And like, it's universally liked. I'm like,
it's so
holy
good.
shit.
And like, the design of how the music is like procedural to like what you do in the game.
Yeah.
Like when there's no enemies around, it's like very calm, like not calm, but it's like build up music the whole time. And it's always this build up and it doesn't feel like it's repeating itself. And then like when you see an enemy, the build up just slightly gets a little bit more and more and more. And then the second you do your first action to him, just right when it should, just there just fucking goes right into it.
Mick Gordon. He's a genius.
Ah!
And then they played it live, and they got Matt fucking Halpern from Periphery. to play it. I was like, this is insane. This is literal
I
insanity.
haven't seen that. Fuck.
You played it live at the Game Awards.
Oh
He
shit.
did like BFG Division, Rip and Tear, and then another one.
Rip and Tear's so good. They're all so good.
And like, he was getting into it. He was like jumping around and like stomping across the stage.
It is hype music. It fucking gets that. It's so immersive to what you're doing.
And he got like in the crowd and he's like, ah! It's so intense.
You ready to fucking die?
And he used like, you know, like I don't know if you've heard the full soundtrack, but they put like the things that they scribe on, like, and they called him the Doomslayer.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that's how he started it.
That's
I need to
so
fucking show you that. It's so
fucking
hype.
cool.
He just has an 8-string.
That's amazing.
And like Jeff Keighley was like, well, just so casually, like, well, the best soundtrack obviously goes to Doom. And like, here to perform it live. And we're just like, oh my
Oh, did
god.
Doom actually get Best Soundtrack at the Game Awards?
Yeah.
It's good. It should have.
But
There's
he
no
was like really
question.
unsurprised by it. He's like, yeah, of course it did.
I mean, like, think of all the other games that came out at that time. They had good soundtracks, but then Doom, for no reason, pulls their nuts out and then just fucking wipes it on everything. Like, no one thought that, like, everyone thought that game was just going to be okay. No one thought that, let alone
People were scared because they wouldn't put out review copies.
no one thought that, let alone the music was going to be fucking incredible.
It was just a huge surprise for everyone.
God, I'm so excited for the second one.
And guess what, baby? He's back.
He's back. Mick Gordon's back. Doom Guy's back. Oh my god.
I can't wait, man.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be
I'm
so
gonna stream the fuck out of Doom
Hype.
2.
hype.
We should, when Doom 2 gets close to release, let's like go through Doom 1 and then do Doom 2.
I never beat it.
You know, actually, no, I got to.
The only problem I have with it is it kind of gets repetitive after a while.
It gets repetitive for like like the level design's really good, but like it's because there's not that much enemy variety.
And
It's
it
literally
seems-
all the Doom 1 enemies pretty
Yeah.
much. But like Doom 2, like they doubled the amount of enemies.
And it seems like they're gonna vary the locations.
yeah,
a
because
little
now
bit.
it's on Earth, you can have open air structures instead of that just being how Hell was open air.
Yeah.
So you can have open structures versus closed corridors now, since they're so more likely you're going to go between Earth and Hell.
Yeah, of course.
Like, it's pretty obvious. Fuck, it's gonna be so good. We should honestly try to stream the original Dooms, because like if I can get the once I have the PC streaming up and running, I can just buy Doom for like $1. I think the original Doom's fucking free because
yeah,
it was
freeware.
because it was a shareware game.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you know what we could get is like Brutal Doom, which
yeah.
is like the
We should play H Doom.
hell yeah. We'll have to make that an actual pre-recorded video though.
You would be into that.
I mean, it's not like it's fucking. I got tastes, my man. Like,
I'm not judging. I'm just saying you'd be into it.
maybe
You would.
it'd be funny. Can I fuck them?
Yes.
Nice.
That's the entire concept.
Nice. I thought it was just. I
Instead
thought
of
it was,
glory kills, you just fuck them.
Oh, I thought it was just like you came across like naked demons and like they were fucking each other and you killed them. I didn't know you actually fucked them yourself.
Yeah, it's literal glory kills, but fucking them.
Sweet.
Fucking
You're
sick.
right. You're right. I'm down. I'm down. I'm down for it. Let's go. I can't do screams. I'm embarrassed by that.
Fuck some demons, dude. Ah!
I got 3 knuckles in my ass.
Ah!
Someone said that to me at work yesterday because they were like, he was like, dude, he always he like jokes with me, but I always fuck with him. But he's like, dude, what are you doing back here? I was like, I'm waiting for Kelsey to leave so I can jerk off. He's like, oh, nice. He's like, I'm gonna be watching with 3 fingers with 3 knuckles in. I was like, what? In my dick hole? No. In my ass? He's like, no, in my ass. I was like, I see.
Mm.
I also told him a scenario because I said, hey, I was like, look, there's only one thing I'm proud of. It's I'm the god of scenario creation.
You are. You're pretty good at
And
it.
he's like, all right, lay it on me. I was like, okay, your entire bloodline gets fucking axed. Every family member that has a relation to you is gone, and it's just you. And a single dude did it, and you catch the guy. and you attach him to an electric chair, and you have the ability to throw the switch, except the switch is attached to a robot's penis.
Yeah.
Do you flip it?
Hell yeah.
You don't got to get him off or anything. It's just how the design was. It's an actual robot, and he just walks in, unzips his pants, and pulls his cock out, and he doesn't say anything. He just and kill him.
And you just kind of like go down and like you just go up to him and you're just like,
Yeah, well, that's what it sounds like when he pulls it out. No, it's like the reverse. It'd be like whoop instead of ew. Kind of, yeah, like that. Exactly like that, actually. Yes, that's the suspense. He's trying to think. It's like, is it, what? I mean, it's a robotic penis, so it's not like the robot.
Moly!
What the fuck is that from?
I don't know. And you flip it and it's just like, as he's getting violently electrocuted.
I made a post yesterday that I wish got viewed more. And it was just so funny to me. Real quick, what you said you added some more voice effects, or we still just have the 2 main voice effects?
No, we just have the 2 ones for now because I don't know what else to do.
Okay, perfect. That's totally fine. Give me the demon voice. You're gonna know when.
Okay.
So imagine you just here's the post I made. It's like I wake up and it's a futuristic apocalypse. Like I spend a couple days scavenging. It's like just a literal hellscape and a nightmare. And then I see in my scavenging, I see this little like really cute sentry robot like walk up to me. And I'm like, oh shit, hey little buddy. I was like, man, this place was a nightmare for a while. I thought it was just gonna stay like that. How's it going? And then his eyes turn red and he's just like, I'm gonna send the headline! And then I'm like, no!
That did get recorded. I just forgot to hit mute or unmute on you, so
okay,
you didn't hear it.
Oh, I had demon voice?
You did.
Okay.
It's there. It's just you couldn't hear it.
Is the no scream and not demon voice?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
You
nailed it.
I should have done reverb.
It's all good. You nailed it.
Because I knew what post it was. I was like, here it comes.
I got a condo in Manhattan.
Oh, shit. Anything?
What?
Anything else you've been playing?
No, literally, that's it. My life has been torment for
Have
the
you
past couple
been playing the
weeks.
snap maps at all?
No.
I feel like they're really ignorant now.
Probably.
I mean, you could do soft AI coding in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, one of the default Bethesda maps was literally Harvest Moon.
Yeah.
Like, what do they have now?
Yeah, I bet a lot of people have figured out some
Stupid
shit.
shit. Like, it's probably wild. And the thing is, it's like, the music works in the snap maps too.
Yep.
It's so incredible. Any snap map gets immediately harder when Mick Gordon's procedural music enters the fray.
Should look into that. Yeah.
But I've literally been playing 3 games. One I've been playing on and off because I've been waiting for the patches and bug fixes to catch up with itself. Another one I've been playing just because it's fucking good. And then the last one I've been playing also because it's fucking good.
I think I know what the first one is. And if it is the first one, I played that a little bit.
Oh, you did? We need to both get on it, honestly. Because like the last patch like really fixed some things.
Are we talking about our favorite game?
We're talking about our curse.
Our curse.
Our curse mark on our left arm that we can't get away from, it seems. Ever since we started this podcast, we can't get away from it.
We can't. Just something happens in between every single podcast where we have to mention it at least.
Look, now it's like almost a completely different story from here on out.
Yeah, I know.
But like,
I remember talking mad shit about it. Mad shit.
All right, guys, we're a little late to the game on this because we've been busy. But Sean Murray decided to just kill someone live on stream to a deity that allowed him to do this. And he just said, I mean, like, okay, so here's the backstory. Like, No Man's Sky releases. it's nothing that they said it was going to be. For the next 2 years, I mean, it didn't mean the game sold bad. It was received bad.
Yeah.
The game sold fucking incredible and made a metric fuck ton of money. So, for the next 2 years, they progressively release big patch updates that add wildly new features to the game. Not enough to get anyone that was burned that hard to even attempt to pick it back up again, but people who stayed with it were seeing the potential for something. The potential for a comeback?
Something.
And then Sean Murray goes, "Hey guys, I'm sorry.
I've said the N-word a couple times.
I've said the N-word a couple times. I haven't apologized for it. I'm not going to apologize for that now. It's in the past, but I'm going to say one final N-word, and you're all going to thank me." And then he just pulls up the literal N-word, except in between the N-word is multiplayer for No Man's Sky, and then a laundry list of features that almost includes practically everything they had on announce for the game.
And the N-word was next.
Yeah, and the N-word was next. Thank you for changing that. Incredible transition. And like,
Listen, I'm going to let you talk about this because I played it and I was like, I still don't like this.
here's the thing.
I do want to tell one story, though. We started playing multiplayer, and I was trying to get off the fucking planet. It was survival mode. There's an item you need to progress and get your ship out of there. It's survival mode. I forgot how to play. I die. When you die, it wipes your inventory. And the item that I needed was in my inventory. So I could not progress any further. I basically soft locked the game and I had to start over.
On launch, it pretty much reverted back to the launch of No Man's Sky original, where almost all the original bugs were somehow reintroduced.
And I just think that's
And
the dumbest way to start.
A lot of new ones too.
It was not a good start.
It definitely, that is also my biggest complaint right now, is the first hour to maybe 2 hours of No Man's Sky, if you play survival mode, is literal hell.
I thought the vanilla opening was better.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh yeah, you're exploring, you get all these things, you get out to space, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, if you play, we didn't know this, but there's normal survival and permadeath. I really wanted to play permadeath mode, but seeing what happened in survival, I'm fucking glad I didn't.
Yeah.
I would have died 30 seconds in and be like, oh, fuck, okay. But survival, the only difference between normal and survival is that when you die in normal, you can find your body and get your shit back. And you can't play with anyone between difficulties, so a normal player can't join a survivals game.
Yeah.
You can see their discoveries and shit like that, but interact you cannot. But so we picked survival because we're like, oh, normal must be baby mode. We'll pick survival. And then Cam and I just go through an hour of fucking we landed our home system is basically one of the wildest systems that we have so far. I've done more research into our home system than I've maybe spent 40 to 50 hours in the home system alone. I've branched out to other systems, but I have thoroughly went through almost every planet except one, and it's the planet we started on. I refuse almost to go back there. And I named it Detroit. And it's very fitting.
Fuck.
Very fitting to the situation you're in once you start on that planet. But it's a literal fucking hellscape. You were dying every 30 seconds. Also, I found out that there was a bug that when you died, you'd respawn with no life support, so you'd pretty much die 20 seconds after respawning.
Yeah.
And that was almost the case for everyone. So it was a fucking gauntlet to keep yourself alive. And our planet had a fucking literal blinding blizzard like every
Yeah.
25 seconds.
I don't know if it's like that for everyone, but it was fucking bullshit.
In survival, I'm pretty sure they purposely put you on a hostile planet.
I tried normal mode and it's the same planet.
Oh, it's the same. Wait, like Detroit or like the same like
the starting
the
planet.
same situation, like you're in a fucked situation.
Except it's like not as harsh, but you're still like, fuck, I need to get things.
Mm-hmm. But like, yeah, but once you get your ship and start like and like start getting the upgrades that let you like maintain your life support and like make you mine really fast and shit like that, and like gain hella money from scanning, like the game changes. Like, here's the thing, like No Man's Sky's concept was a concept I always wanted.
Yeah.
Like, so when the vanilla game came out, I didn't bash it for the concept that it was, because that's what I want. Like, in essence, Black and White, that's what I want. I've always wanted a game to where the emphasis was looking at things, like exploration. And when you were told that like it's procedurally generated and at the same time you could do it with your friends, like I was fucking on board. But then you play the game and it's like the procedural generation doesn't have enough unique assets to create unique things widely enough. Like people would post discoveries of crazy shit, but like it's because they found the 1 in a million planet.
Yeah. More like quintillion.
Yeah, and it's like,
Listen, I would have taken one planet that was just fucking wild over however many.
or like one solar system, like one solar system of like 8 planets,
Yeah.
and they're fucking crazy. But like in Next, not only like have you seen like a screenshot comparison of Next to original No Man's Sky?
No.
They did a whole graphical and generation update. That's why all the discoveries pretty much became non-existent after Next, because they redid the whole generation. They redid the whole procedural generation system.
Yeah.
They added like way more assets to it to make it more diverse. At the same time, they did a huge graphical update. Like, if you go look at a comparison between two, it looks like someone who tried to make a Play-Doh rendition of No Man's Sky
Fuck.
in comparison to what it is now. It's crazy. And like in Next, there's actual forests that like sprawl and oceans that sprawl. In vanilla, there's like patches of like 10 trees between things. It's like there's no forest. Like in this one, there's literal forests that you can go through. Like, it's dope. And people have found like forests that have trees that are like fucking that make like they've done a size comparison. Like their ship next to it, they're like a fucking like Lego brick next to these trees. Like someone made like a whole tree like city that like circles up the tree because it's that big.
That's cool. What if you destroyed it?
Exact. Oh god. And then there's building. There's fucking like you can share your buildings. The building limit's like 20,000 units, but that's only for when you put the base computer down. So someone found out if you just go to the edge of your building limit and put another computer down, you can just connect the bases and your 20,000 limit refreshes. So there's like a group of people that are making a city planet where they're covering the whole planet in cities.
That's pretty cool.
Like, it's kind of become the game I actually wanted, and it's not like I'm forgetting what we went through as consumers, but like at the same time,
It's a little bit of redemption.
it's definitely a redemption, and also at the same time, it's like wherever they go from here is very important. Like in essence, I don't see what they've released as DLC. I see what they've released as a massive bug fix, which was the game.
You got a point.
And so like anything from here is actual new content to me.
It's kind of like a Final Fantasy 14 situation.
Yeah,
Except
it's like
they didn't lie about it.
exactly. It's like here's the thing, like fucking
Also, they never apologized for it.
yeah. No Man's Sky went from having like 1,000 concurrent viewers, like concurrent players like a month on Steam to like 120,000. And they outbeat The Witcher 3's concurrent overall players. Like
I kept the game just because I'm like, okay, some shit's gonna happen later. I know it. And it finally did. See, my problem with it is I don't have the time to like make my own shit.
You don't
up.
have your time to be.
Yeah, and
You want a direction.
It's like I get that it's like you can go anywhere, you can do anything you want, you could build whatever thing you want, you can play with your friends, but it's kind of in the sense of like Minecraft, where it's like, oh, you can, there's things you can do that are like you can get to the Ender Dragon and beat him, and then you could build with your friends and you could build whatever, and it's like, I don't know. It's like it's supposed to be, I think, a more relaxing experience, and like, oh, I can go around and do all this shit.
It's definitely something you take drugs to and play. Not condoning that you take drugs to it, but if you're a drug user, it's definitely meant for you.
Whereas
it's like the visual representation of a Grateful Dead album.
And this is just my opinion. It's like, I'd rather have something where it's just like guide me through something so I can completely turn off my brain and escape the world and not have to think about it. Just because there's so much shit going on in my life where I don't want to think. I want to get away. So take me through something and make me forget whatever's plaguing my mind at the moment, as opposed to, just free roam, do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's where I'm coming from these days. It might change when shit. It might change when I'm older and have different preferences or whatever, but that's where I'm at right now.
The thing with like these games to me is that it's just enough ambiguity and just enough now with Next, just enough options to really immerse myself in the role that I'm playing. Like, I don't like RPing in the sense of like going onto a Gmod Harry Potter server and pretending I'm in Slytherin class. Like, that fucking makes my dick shrivel up.
Also, I get that there's like main quests, but it's like,
they're in all honesty, they're not that great. Like, they're whatever. It's
just
better
like,
than
go here,
it's
go
better
here.
than not having anything.
I will give it that.
But like how the original one was literally point A to point B. Like, at least in the air quotes Artemis quest line, you're finding out some backstory about things and you're helping people in a sense.
Yeah.
Like, and then it ties in with the point A to point B quest. So it gives the point A to point B quest a little bit more substance, at least.
Well, I'm just saying, like, immerse me, and you want
to be immersed through direction.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm
not immersed through role.
I'm spending my brain power and my thoughts on outside shit in the world, where it's just like I'm at a point in my life where it's like I want to turn it off and just go, just like guide me through it. I don't have to think that hard. They're like, here, this is this. This is this. You can go here and here, and like, okay.
See, and that's where it reverses for me, because like if I'm in that situation where it's becoming too much for me, it's getting stressed, I need a game with absolutely no direction to unwind me. Like, because in those games, like with No Man's Sky now, it allows me to play the role like of an actual like archaeologist discoverer, because the procedural generation and the terrain generation is crazy enough to like, I went to a planet where the mountains were cubes, like perfectly cut cubes.
Yeah.
And it's not like that was a thing. It's like the generation just decided to do that. I found a mountain that had literal pyramids. Like the train generation created pyramids. That it's not like they were everywhere. It's like I was cruising around and all of a sudden I see a pyramid larger than fucking life. It's like, or I'll see like the crazy animals I've seen now. Like I saw Garrett and I found this wolf who was buff as shit, and he walked on 2 feet, and he looked like a wolf, but he looked like he just walked right out of a furry convention, just walking like this with his chest out.
Jesus.
And it was fucking incredible. Like, I finally feel like I'm playing the role of like Buck Fuckley, archaeologist expressionaire. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah, I get it. And I don't know.
And then there's rumors that the next big, like once they finish all the bug fixes, the next big update is going to involve like species capturing, so you can create your own like zoos or menageries of animals. Yes! Are you kidding me? Yes! You're telling me I get to be the fucking collector now? Yeah!
I hope you can fight them.
I don't even care if
Like
they just
a
is like
Coliseum style.
that'd be awesome. I don't like whether it's like a pet system or like you download their genetic data and you build like a capture device and it's like a little pen that they run around in. Either or, give it to me, baby. Like amazing.
I get both sides of it, and I'm not knocking what you like to do.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, for me,
Oh no, I was just making the
Yeah.
observation that that's where we differ in the
Yeah.
sense of when it becomes too much for us.
I'm just
You
like,
unwind and immerse through direction, where I unwind and immerse through misdirection.
yeah, I just wanted to make that clear because some people don't understand that. So, yeah,
And
I'm
then-
done talking
yeah.
about this.
All right,
I'm
yeah,
sick of it.
No Man's Sky is good now. I like it. Okay,
That's-
get on me. We've gone from making fun of it and saying it's the worst game. We've literally, unironically, the worst game we've ever played for 2 straight years. To, I mean, all right, it's kind of good now. It's actually playable.
It's getting there.
It's getting there,
It's getting there.
and it's like.
I don't think it's fully there yet, but it's getting.
And
It's
my
getting
main
closer.
argument for people that are like, oh, since it's always been bad, it'll always stay bad. It's like, so you're saying if someone was like racist for a long time and decided that was a bad thing and then decided to apologize and try to like not be racist anymore, you would just be like, nah, once a racist, always a racist. That's pretty much what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, you're saying that people don't have the right to grow and learn from their mistakes and then try to fix them,
Like it's so easy to just focus on the bad.
right?
Like
It's like these guys got literal, like horrific death threats for all the years that they were making these updates. They're making these updates while getting flooded with death threats. Like, you gotta give them some props. They're like, no, we're gonna fix this. Like, we understand that why we're getting these death threats, even though it's
I mean,
completely uncalled for to get death threats.
good on them for not giving up. You know, it could
Exactly.
have been so easy to just fade
Instead of
into
taking the money
obscurity.
and running, they took the money and put it back into the game.
Yeah. So, Sean Murray, I'll give you a hand for
I'll
that.
give you a clap, Sean Murray. You gone from I fucking hate you to I would like to have maybe a conversation with you and like hear about what the hell you went through while trying to fix this game.
Yeah. I would sit down with
I would
Sean
sit down
Murray.
with Sean Murray. He like take No Man's Sky and all that out of the equation. He seems like kind of a cool dude to talk to.
Yeah.
Like, he actually has a crazy history of game development before Joe Danger and No Man's Sky. Like, I can't remember, but he was like a lead developer on like a really like legit game. Like, I can't remember right now, honestly, but like he was doing some cool stuff before the whole Hello Games thing became a thing. But yeah, No Man's Sky next it's not perfect, it's not great, but it's definitely way better than it was before.
Like,
and
you
if
can have fun with it.
yeah, you can definitely have fun with it. If you have at least one person to play with, you're gonna have fun with it. Because it's just like, I mean, you can do all the things that you would do with someone. There's some griefing issues right now. Like, I actually have my network. You can like, you can hit join random game, you know, where it says on there you can just join someone
Yeah,
and play
yeah.
with them.
Yeah.
I had to turn that off currently because there's like, it's like bumming because like most players are really cool. Like, I've been reading the Reddit. There's some people where it's like a spaceman will join down and just like chill with them or emote with them, or like a spaceman will come down and like give them hella resources or a shit ton of money and be like, here you go, homie, and just leave off. But now there's like these 1%, like literal 1% of these griefers.
God.
And right now, when you build a base, the build permissions are set to anybody who's in your party has editing permissions.
Oh no.
Yes.
That
To
shouldn't
which-
be a thing.
Yeah, it's something that's very easily overlooked. Because once I said that, you're like, you get what that means instantly.
Like, imagine you built this entire base and some fuckhead comes and just rips it apart.
See, I was reading the
And that's
Reddit.
probably really easy to do. Really easy to do.
You can do it in 2 ways. You can manually do it, or you can walk up to the base computer and just hit mass delete, and it fucking wipes the whole thing.
That's bullshit.
But like, it's a very easy fix. All they have to do is make it so the base computer allows you to turn on who can edit and not. Very easy.
Yeah. Or just get rid of that feature.
Or get rid of that feature. Like, I don't mind, like, I'd like to turn the thing on, like, let my friends help us all build a cool base together. Like,
Exactly,
that's cool.
yeah.
But like here was the thing. It's like, and this is also because I've come from a history of Ark where I've spent literal.
Oh my God.
Exactly. Where I've spent literal months building things only to lose it over the course of like a minute. So like, there was this big Reddit call out post where it was like, me and my 4 friends spent hours building this massive base. All of a sudden, some cock joins our game, makes a beeline to the base, and starts removing everything as fast as he could. And then they said they quit the game because of it. And I'm kind of sitting there. It's like, yeah, that sucks. That does suck. But like, coming from a game to where like that's just something that could happen, and like you could just lose days, if not months, worth of progress over like maybe a few hours in No Man's Sky. Unless you're building a goddamn like mega city with using the 20,000 limit.
Yeah.
I can see you being upset, yes. Turning the network features off so only your friends can join you, yes. Quitting the game entirely?
I mean, you might want to take a break because
Take a break.
That's incredibly frustrating.
It's so frustrating. Like I get the frustration. I definitely get the frustration on it. I was handcuffed while I watched people break my whole base down. Like, I know the situation.
That's soul crushing.
It was the funniest thing when me, Cam, and Garrett were all handcuffed, watching our base be destroyed as they're trying to get the code to our safe, and we're just laying on the ground being like, yeah, fuck you, boy, fuck you, we the best, as we're like on the ground handcuffed.
I remember this one time I was building a boat in the shape of a dick.
I love this story. I think you may have told us about it, but this is still the best story.
And I'm just,
This is after we glowed the fuck up for a little bit.
Like, I joined after that, and I was just kind of like I didn't know what to do, so I was just kind of like, because they were all like hella maxed out and shit, and this is what happens every time I join a multiplayer with these guys. They're like maxed out, and I've just like, I come in so late that I just like have to like catch up. So I just kind of am doing my own thing, trying to build this dick boat, and I just hear doo-doo behind me. I turn around, and it's one of the guys that you had just killed.
Yeah,
Like,
okay, so we don't not just killed. Like if you haven't heard this story, like we went from being like fucked over to going into hiding to becoming the scariest force to be reckoned with on that server.
Yeah.
Like fucking like you cross with us, we would murderize you. And we just finished doing like a 1-month revenge plot that ended in the full not deleting, like decimation of an entire like huge group's base, resources, members, everything, like annihilated.
And I turn around, and it's one of the guys from that group, and I'm like, oh fuck. And like, they don't have any equipment or armor or anything.
They have nothing. Literal nothing.
The sole purpose was for them to come up to us, and he was just like, hey, I'm from that group. Good job. He kills himself.
Yeah, he basically just acknowledges Calvin, even though Calvin,
I was like,
he wanted to be there, but let's see, when we do our big like basically like just like when we do regular fights, we'll do it when people are like at a normal time.
yeah.
But like if we're going like, oh, we're here to send a message, we do it at the worst time. Like
2 a.m. or some shit.
I think that one we specifically stayed up till like 4 a.m. or something, because we had intel that like some of them were on different time zones or something, so we knew for a fact they wouldn't have as many people on at that point.
Yeah.
And it was such a weird time for just a literal like fucking wave of goddamn terror to just go through at that moment. I remember the funniest part where once we broke the safe down, because the whole catch, the reason we wanted to decimate them was because they built somewhere to where the in-game mechanic was their structures took more damage. So we had the means to actually wipe everything they ever made. And we did so. And I remember a part where we like break one of their like they had a literal like hall of weapons, like just stacks upon stack, like literally like a Matrix style like hallway of just like storage containers that were filled to the brim with end game level weapons, explosives, armor, everything. We took what we wanted, and then this is what we did for a lot of it. We just fucking opened the inventory and hit mass drop and put it all on the ground. And in that game, there's a decay of like 2 minutes. So like we took like a few hundred things, but like a few, maybe tens of thousands of resources were just mass deleted.
And this dude walks up to me and like, hey, are you part of this tribe that fucked us up? I was like, well, I'm part of it, but I wasn't there. Like, this was the worst person to do it with.
It's like the equivalent of someone with PTSD coming like, I've seen things, man. I've seen what they can do.
And like, they're like, you know, good job. Props to you. And then they just kill themselves, like right on my boat, my dick boat. And I'm like, hey guys, someone just ran up to me from the guys you killed last night and just congratulated me and killed themselves.
We also did something really fucked up in that server too. When we started making a name for ourselves and like we're actually feared. But no, the best part was like we were leaving their base and their base was like in a cave, so like it spiraled up, and then Garrett just like tosses me like a full like inventory stack of grenades, and we literally were just walking backwards, dropping grenades down, blowing up fucking everything in their base, like as we were leaving it, like just completely like just literally just tossing grenades left and right, like it was so funny. But I remember one time, but right before we got fucking cucked, Garrett and I had an idea for an experiment, and it worked, a social experiment, and it fucking started to work. And we picked this tribe that we fucked with initially, but they didn't know we existed until we came back hard, because we were being talked about. Like we were the it on that server for maybe like 2 weeks before the whole horrific attack happened. Out of fear of us. I mean, it was out of fear. But
do a lot of things out of fear.
But we picked they built their base on the remnants of the original base that got destroyed. They didn't know that, but like we had a connection to them. So what we would do, I don't think I ever told you this. This is incredible, Calvin. Like, this is actually incredible. So it was like a tribe of maybe 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
And the first time we went there, we blew a hole into their base. We walked in, we didn't steal anything, but we just like looked around at the people. And I was like talking to Garrett, I was like, hey Garrett, what would be funny is if I just like redressed him with like things that you violently couldn't get. And so I give him some vanity items that like you can't get unless you like do some achievements or like some end game shit and just put it on him. So like he's just got like a Santa hat and like some bone armor and shit like that. And we don't acknowledge it. We don't put anything that acknowledges it. We just change his shit and then leave. We don't take anything at all.
Yeah.
And so we wait a couple of days and we come back and we do it again. Like we add more things. And and then we realized that like their items of possession that we were giving them, they were putting them in like a special hidden chest to like keep them like safe.
Jesus.
And then we were sitting there, I was like, Garrett, I was like, we're kind of the equivalent of like aliens right now, like coming down and giving like primitive species like advanced technology. And Garrett's like, we should take this to another level. And so we break in one night again, but this time we leave a note on them. And it was the most RP like professional note. It's like, greetings test subject, you have been chosen.
Oh my God.
And it just goes down. It's like, From here on out, you will periodically be receiving notes at your dispersal site outside. And we built a whole like protected site that contains more notes. That's like where we give them the messages that he receives. Like he goes there and checks it daily to see if we've given him something.
Holy shit.
Like we built this whole thing. Like, please check outside. Literally outside is like a sign with a painted arrow pointing to like a chest. Like we set all this up for them. Like, and basically we've said we will be experimenting with you currently, giving you things that you are incapable of giving and seeing how you react with them. We will also be giving you periodic missions and be checking on you to see if you follow these missions. And it was and very bold letters at the bottom. You know who we are, so failure to comply to anything we just said or telling any other tribe of what we are doing to you, we will wipe you off this server 100% and there will be no trace of you ever.
Christ.
And I was like, in order to comply, you will leave the code to your door and your safe in this box. So that way we don't have to blow a hole through your base every time to send you messages. And this was like literally the day before we got fucking annihilated. And this is the best thing ever. We go and check the box and there's a fucking note in the box. And it's his door code and his safe code followed by 2 words. It's just, thank you. And Garrett and I fucking lost it. We literally felt like we were manipulating like evolution as like godlike figures.
Jesus Christ.
If we weren't annihilated like 2 days after that, we would have blown that out of proportion. Like we would have really gotten into that. Like that was becoming Garrett's and I new thing, was just like to literally like experiment with people. Like that's just how far we got to the end game. We're like nothing gave us enjoyment besides like not fucking with people, but just like literally treating people like ants and just like giving them like a pistol and seeing what happens.
That's some MK Ultra shit.
It's wild.
That's a good one. All right, I think we should finish up games and then move to news.
I got one more game and then we can do news. Like I'm gonna just go real brief on this. I fucking love traditional roguelikes. Like you hear me talk about fucking Dwarf Fortress isn't one, but it has like a keyboard set up to an original roguelike in my opinion. So I put it up there as one. It's not a roguelike, but it's just one of those like in-depth games.
Yeah.
But then you got like Alona and Cataclysm, which are like traditional roguelikes. I have gone into a new one because Garrett's like, hey, have you seen this game on Steam? And I was like, what? He's like, I don't know what maybe. I was just searching through the things and I found this game and it has a 95% overall positive rating of all time. Like it's never dropped below that. Like current reviews, 96, overall 95. Like almost every review you see on this game is positive. I read the reviews and the average number of hours played on the reviews would vary between 500 to 2,500.
Holy shit.
Like, some people had over 2,000 hours in this game. And it was more than one. Like,
I'm gonna do... Keep talking. I'm gonna do some math on my phone. Just like... how many hours? Go ahead.
How many days is 2,000 hours?
Yeah, you said 2,500?
I think the biggest one I saw was like 2,500 plus.
That's like 104 days. That's a third of a year.
Just on that game. But like
just about a third of a year.
Here's the thing. It's a roguelike that has the best user interface ever. Like Calvin, I could sit you down and in 5 minutes you could be a master at understanding the controls of the game.
That's good.
Like if I sat you down with Alona, I would have to like textbook explain to you like this button does this, you can do this with this mechanic. In this game I can literally be like, all right, you can do this, this, and this, or then this is one of the best features in the game. You can map every key to a gesture system where, not like doing things, but like if I hold right click, I can draw like a line pattern and whatever pattern I draw, I can keybind to that pattern. So like I control the game solely through my mouse now, which is unheard of in a roguelike. Like I just like, oh, level up, right click down right click, right down. Oh, I need to fast travel. Right click up. Oh, I need to open my inventory. Right click right. Like,
That's pretty cool.
it's awesome. It's awesome. And the game has a metric fuck ton of classes, and like a lot of the classes you unlock like as you play through the game. And they have a mode that's not roguelike. It's called adventure mode. And in that mode, you still can unlock classes and get achievements, but on certain level milestones, when you level up, you're given an extra life. So like the way
extra life.
Yeah, the way they canonized it is that in adventure mode, a god has taken interest in you, and when you die, they inform you that during certain milestones, they will reward you with life again. So like you won't perma-die.
Oh, it's a permadeath thing?
Yeah, roguelike is a permadeath thing. Like when I say
wasn't
roguelike,
aware of that.
Yeah, when I say roguelike, the most common thing in a roguelike is permadeath.
Okay, yeah.
So there is a roguelike mode that is literally it's captioned "You are your character." Like death is permanent. You are your character.
What's this game called again?
It's called. A lot of people call it Tome, but it's called Tales of Magial.
Okay.
It is $6 on Steam.
Jesus.
Hang on. There's 3 major DLCs to the game that add almost more content than the original game.
Fuck.
Here's another thing. It's free on the main website. The base game is.
What?
The lead developer was like, hey guys, if you want to try out this game, the base game with the shit ton of content is free on my website. If you feel like supporting me, buy the game or buy it on Steam. And if you buy it on Steam, it gives you the ability to buy the add-ons for the game and you can add more content to it.
He doesn't give you the DLC if you get it free?
No, like the DLC,
Okay, yeah.
like basically says the base game is free. Like he says, here's the base game. If you want to get the DLC for the game, you have to buy the base game.
Okay.
And when you
Like you can't just
like get download the base game for free and then be like, oh, I want this DLC and then add it onto it. It'll lock you out pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, so he's like, if you support me, you can buy the game, and buying the game will unlock features, like not new classes or anything, but like, well, some of the DLCs add new classes and races, but like not new classes or anything in the base game, but like the ability to get more add-ons for the game. Also, it connects you to a server. There's no multiplayer for the game, but this is genius right here. Connects you to a chat server, so you can talk with other people who are playing. That's not even the best part. Like you can like link items and things too, because it's like a procedural generated game. So some stat rolls are like fucking OP. So people are like, "Hey, check out this shit that I got," and then they'll link the item in chat, and everyone's like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah.
But like the best part is there's a kill feed, because death is like they encourage you to play the permadeath mode. Like they say, like you can do whatever you want. Like the adventure mode is still there. Like, and also you have a finite amount of lives in adventure mode. Like it's like level 1 through 5, you'll get 3 lives, and then level 7 you get a life, level 9 you get a life, level 11, then level 26. Like by the end of it, you'll have 7 lives. But if you lose all those 7 lives, you'll fucking die. But in roguelike mode, you can find artifacts that actually reverse death. So like even in the permadeath mode, there are items that can reverse it. Like
are those permanent items or?
No, it's not. It's like it gives you like an extra life. Garrett found one that was like a vial of blood, and then he's like, "What do I do?" I was like, "Use it, see what happens." And he's like, it gives me the option to drink it. I was like, "Drink that, bitch!" And like nothing happened. He's like, "I don't fucking get it." And then he died, and then a thing came up that said the blood inside your body reforms your skin, and then he fucking came back to life and got an extra life, and he basically had an extra life the whole time.
Nice.
But once he died again, he didn't have it. But like, there's other artifacts in the game that can prolong your life after death.
Sure. Okay.
But it's fucking nutty. It's got like some of the classes are crazy. Like there's this whole subsection of classes called chronomancers, and they're related to like time related spells. And there's one dude called the Temporal Warden who like his major ability is called like timeline split. And this is legit what happens in the game. Like what he does is he creates 3 alternate timelines of a scenario you're about to do. So like let's say you're like 1 hit away from dying, but you're also 1 hit away from killing a boss. So you throw down timeless timeline split and you get 3 possible timelines. So like it's basically 3 attempts to do something. So like, let's say you try to last hit the boss and you both kill each other at the same time. So that timeline gets axed. So the other one, you try to run away and the boss kills you and you die. So you don't want to use that timeline. And then the third timeline, you use a defensive spell and an offensive spell and it kills the boss and just barely keeps you alive. You're like, all right, I've reviewed the timelines. I'm going to take that timeline. And it's like, boom, canonizes that timeline and goes down that path.
That sounds insane.
And also you can do shit where like you touch a dude and move them like 10 turns forward in time and they just like disappear for 10 turns. Like how when they fucking sent Alduin in the future to Skyrim to make him disappear.
Yeah.
Like there's some nutty ass spells.
Damn.
It's really fun. And it's really like RP heavy like other roguelikes because it's like you're building your character. So it's like I fucking get like, I don't know, I just get into shit like that. When the game is ambiguous enough for me to be like fucking I'm me or I'm like a character, it's awesome.
Sure, yeah.
Also, it actually has a full story and an ending. Like if you can make it to it without dying, like there is a story and an ending and there's a huge amount of lore to the game.
That's cool.
It's really fun. I would recommend anyone playing it. It's like
I'd have to check it out.
Like if you
I
want to
see it.
Yeah, it's like if you want to check out the free version, but honestly, it's $6 on Steam. I would buy it for you. Like it's that good in my opinion.
I just remembered another game I played, but it was so short-lived that I completely forgot about it. I got WarioWare Gold.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just really quick. It's like all the handheld Wario's, like the original Twist and then Touch. It's like those old games combined with some new stuff. And I've always liked the WarioWare games. They're just kind of things you sit down, play for a bit. And they're not long at all. Mm-hmm. You unlock all the mini games, and then there's a bunch of collectibles and stuff. And I don't know, it's just a cool little kind of casual. There's voice acting in it.
Ooh.
And the voice actors are like from every anime game ever.
Oh, okay.
So it's like I thought I was playing WarioWare, not Fire Emblem. So,
this little lolly girl comes up to Wario, big brother!
Would I recommend it at full price? I'm not sure. Wait for a sale, I would say, on that one. It's good. I like it. It's just not long. Mm-hmm. Collect some shit, fuck around, I like the one for Wii the best.
Fuck around. Fuck around. Fuck up, and get down.
So that's it for me. That's the one new game I forgot about.
Sick.
Because I played it for like maybe 2 days.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to get back to you with news. What's the commercial?
Cialis is
a flex tape that's meant for preventing getting hit by a car when you're doing the Kiki challenge.
Can Flex Seal? Never mind. When you lay some fat action across the floor. Who wants some news? Nobody? Okay, podcast over.
Bing.
Just kidding.
Oh.
I got some news. Nothing really big. It's the summer drought. Mm-hmm. You know how it is.
Really quickly, because I know you don't have it on there, because it's like a life news and not a game news. Elon Musk went on a 3-day acid bender and fucking lost it on Twitter for a hot second.
You're right. I don't have that.
And all while Azalea Banks was chilling in his house, like waiting to shoot a song with Grimes, while Grimes was like trying to violently get Elon Musk's phone away from him because he just wouldn't stop talking about Tesla booty shorts with socks that have pockets.
Pocket socks.
Like he literally like go find the archive of his tweets when he was tripping hard on acid. It's the best thing I've seen all year. Fucking Elon Musk is. People are gonna get like upset at me for my opinion on Elon Musk, but Elon Musk is like the fucking most incredible human being alive.
He's surprisingly ignorant.
He is
like surprisingly.
He is he's the man at the moment. I'm sorry. Like he's done some arrogant and shitty stuff, but like you can't just like, I'm sorry. You get the biggest pass from me when you just go on an acid bender as like the most smart inventor of our time at the moment and just go Tesla booty shorts now. They're happening. Sexy, baby. Fucking they're going to come on unisex. Anyone can get them. Fucking also, they're going to be paired with knee-high socks with pockets, baby. And guess what? I'm modeling it. Like,
Fuck.
God damn it.
Oh, Elon.
Hell yeah. And it's like, oh, inventors shouldn't be doing that. Motherfucker, Steve Jobs went to India, tripped fucking balls, and then sent Apple into a golden age.
Ayahuasca. I checked out the Tesla Model X last night. That shit's insane.
It's wild.
Yeah. It's a cool little car. I don't know.
It's like wildly affordable too.
Is it?
Was it the X model? There's one model they're making that's supposed to be like incredibly consumer affordable.
I have no idea. I'm not into cars. I just saw it and I was like, that's pretty cool.
I don't know shit about cars.
Let's do some news. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
First up, we have Fallout 76 isn't coming out on Steam.
What?
It's coming out by the Bethesda Net.
You tell me I gotta get another fucking launcher if I want to play this game on PC?
Yep.
That pretty much solidified me probably getting it on PS4.
That's what I got it for.
Even though I just bought like a $2,000 computer that could run it incredible, I don't care. The fact that I gotta buy another fucking thing down, no.
I don't think you have to buy it. I think you
not buy
it's
it.
just
You know
inconvenience.
Okay, it's like I got Steam, Origin, GOG. Like, what fucking more do I need? Now Discord apparently is gonna start doing games.
Oh God.
Did you hear about this?
No.
If Discord starts doing games, every other platform is fucked.
You think so?
Okay, let me put this into
Even
perspective.
Steam?
Yes, let me put this into perspective. Discord, everybody has Discord now. Everybody. Like, I feel like this was their plan. They create this incredible platform that integrates with games for their chatting software, like integrates overlays with games. And you have almost every like concurrent PC user who plays video games using Discord. And then you just go, okay, we have all these millions of users. Hey guys, you could buy games through Discord now and just use Discord 100% for everything. And you'll have all these overlays and you have all these servers and friends lists already established. Like, it's like they established the Steam community already and now it's a bolstered community and they're just like, hey guys, you can buy games now.
Damn, that's sneaky.
And the thing is, it's like so many developers run Discord communities now. So it's like,
yeah.
So
okay.
if Discord gets in with the indie crowd and fucking just starts getting all the indie games and shit like that to start like they'll kill everyone. They will legit kill every platform.
Oh Lord.
It's honestly scary to think about. Like, Discord is going to run a train. Like, no, I don't think Steam, Origin, anyone should sleep on Discord right now after they said that.
Yeah. It'd be weird to see Steam just fall apart.
It's totally could because of
Discord.
Discord.
I don't know, because people have so many games on Steam like already.
See, here's the thing.
So they'd probably use both.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I feel like, so because Discord already has Steam integration to where like it tells you all the shit of your Steam games you're playing and puts overlays in Steam. Discord could essentially, at some point, if they become wildly successful, like basically like buy out Steam, which is impossible at this current time. Or what they do is they like merge with Steam and make it so that you can just link your entire Steam library to Discord.
I don't see them I don't see them buying it, and I don't see like them letting them buy it. I see it
I see
like,
them
I don't even know if they would like integrate with each other.
See, I see Valve potentially, like, if this gets crazy, like partnering with Discord to like keep Steam in the limelight, to where it's like, hey, you can still keep using your Steam, but if you have Discord, you can do all the Steam stuff through Discord now.
I don't know if they would be down for that, because
I feel
think
like
they
it's
would
gonna.
be losing money.
I feel like it's gonna get to a point where they're gonna lose more money if they don't do it that way.
Mhm.
Because they're like, let's say Discord puts games out. Like every person who fucking has a computer plays games has Discord. Like
Yeah. I
even
don't
if you
know.
don't play games, you use Discord now. Discord is the new Skype. Skype is shit.
Yeah. Fuck. All right. That's interesting. I'll be interested to see how that
How
turns
that
out.
develops, yeah.
So back to 76. They might put it back on Steam eventually, but people are thinking like the reason they're doing their own launcher is to just get all of that initial money instead of like splitting it with Steam or whatever.
Mhm. Makes sense.
Yeah. Also, the beta's coming in October, so
Cool.
if you pre-order
Wow,
that shit,
literally 1 month before the game comes out.
yeah.
That's good timing.
I mean,
That's good. No, that is good timing. Because
yeah.
if we had the beta now and it was hype as fuck, that it creates a weird like hype gap between the
I
game
bet
releasing.
that's like for the developers. That's like super crunch time, though.
Yeah.
like it's gonna be insane for them trying to like fix.
Exactly. If the beta is October, like, so they're saying you got a month to get a game from beta build to release build.
I don't think it's like.
It's not. It can't even be a beta at that point. Like the game was probably almost all complete at that point.
I don't. Yeah. I
Like
think
it's more
they're,
so
like,
just a demo than a beta.
I think they're just like, okay, we have this platform. We need to like push
Test
it.
it. Maybe it's like community testing because
Yeah.
they've never done like a server system before.
Yeah, that's what I suspect. Like, I think it'll be pretty much done.
Like stress testing.
yeah,
and shit
but
like
and then
that.
they're gonna fix all the bugs. Hopefully,
Well, most of them. It's gonna be a Bethesda game still. To
like
its
the
heart.
bugs. I hope the bugs are just within the game and not like the server thing. You know.
I just hope they stay with the Bethesda model where if the bug is funny and doesn't really break the game, they keep the bug.
Yeah.
Like how Giants, if they never fix that bug, if they hit you, you fucking get sent into the sky, and they kept it in. Or like putting a basket over someone's head and stealing from them, and technically they can't see you.
Yeah.
They left that bug in because it's funny. It's like part of the role of playing of the game.
We'll see.
We'll see.
An IGN reviewer plagiarized someone else's Dead Cell reviews.
I saw that dude's video. I was watching that YouTuber, and that was fucking wild.
Yeah.
He copied that dude word for word, and that dude had like a really well written review of that game.
The guy who initially reviewed it is Boomstick Gaming,
Yeah, I think so.
and he did this review.
He's not that big of a YouTuber right now either. So like for him
Yeah.
to get his content fucking taken like that is a big deal.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, fucker."
He
You
didn't even
stole-
say it in like a bad way. He's like, "Hey, I have proof that you plagiarized from me, and I can show you back to back where you said my exact things word for word."
Yeah, and so they IGN removed the review,
Good.
and they ended up firing the dude
Fuck.
because he plagiarized other reviews, and they're taking all of his reviews down.
Oh shit! I would like to see a list of his reviews to see like, damn, dude.
Yeah, don't plagiarize, and that's especially bad in like.
That just
James
says he didn't even
journalism
play
stuff.
the game either. Like,
Yeah, I know.
just play like that kid. Like that kid just played the fucking game and he managed to compose that. Like, just play the fucking game.
I don't know.
It's your
It's
job.
It's a bad look for game reviewers.
Like, it is a bad look for game reviewers. Like, game reviewers should be held to some sort of standard. Like, you should be, like, one, I don't like the system of how they go. It's like, all right, Johnny, you're on the fucking Nintendo ES games this week. It's like, but I don't play handheld games, and this is not what I do. Like, give reviewed games to people not biased towards that gameplay, but, like, understand that gameplay and are comfortable with it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's how Giant Bomb does it.
yeah, exactly. They give the reviews out to people that that aren't biased towards the game, but understand the genre of the game and the gameplay of the game. They understand it to a level to where they can play and complete the game the way a normal player would play and complete the game, or a semi-skilled player would play and complete the game.
Like if we reviewed games, I would want you to review like the roguelike stuff because like I don't understand it, you know, that
Mhm.
kind of thing. So it's just like,
And I would want you to. This is weird. It's like I would want you to review like puzzle-like games that I'd like Professor Layton or Puyo Pop Tetris and stuff like that. Not in the sense that I give the bias towards you, but in the sense that if they're like, all right, we're doling these out, I'm like, fuck, Calvin gets this way more than I do. I'm gonna just be like, you just put shapes next to each other. There's no meaning to this.
no thanks. I'm just kidding. All right. Well,
There's more than that. That's just the one that I go to in my head.
no, I get it. Oh, I get it. Okay. So that guy sucks. He's fired.
Yeah, fuck him.
Justice prevails.
Good job.
Nintendo announced a new Labo kit, and this one kind of looks a little bit more interesting.
Oh,
It's a vehicle kit, and they
it's
have
just a whole fucking car.
cars, planes, and submarines.
This is like a life-size car that works.
Yeah, you build it out of cardboard. And you
Yeah.
just drive down the street. It rains and it just falls apart.
You
But
use it.
it's as fast as a Bugatti, which is like 260.
Labo cars start being used in drive-bys just because of how cost-effective they are.
Yeah, and if you want to get rid of the evidence, just burn it.
You just collapse it.
Yeah. So you have these different interfaces, like one's a steering wheel, and
Mhm.
you put this like I don't know what else to call it but a thing.
Okay.
You put a thing into the different interfaces,
Mm-hmm.
and your vehicle on the screen transforms. But here's the interesting part to me. It looks like, just from the gameplay alone, like it's a free roam type thing. Like they put you in a place and you could drive around, go in the ocean, fly around. And there's like, it looks like there's challenges and stuff, obviously, and missions or whatever, but it seems like there's a little bit more to do than just like the regular,
Labo games.
yeah,
Hmm.
which are very like one-dimensional, you know, that kind
Mhm.
of thing.
But
It's
like
still,
when the Wii first came out, and like there was like hard niche games that like were meant for motion control things.
yeah, and I don't know. I think they're like, I think they had this for a while, but maybe they're like, okay, hold on, let's hold back and see
Mhm.
what we could do better. And like moving forward from that, they'll probably learn some more. So, I'm optimistic. It's gonna be $70
Mhm.
for
Makes sense.
that kit. I got the first kit, which is like the variety pack.
Mm-hmm. Has like little bugs and stuff.
Yeah, I played it once. I built everything, played it once, and then never touched it. I didn't even build the piano, which was the one I was most interested in.
That one I heard is like ignorant to build.
Yeah, it's the longest.
Apart from like the robot
Yeah,
armor thing.
and
With like a pulley system.
I know, right? You have to like bend the cardboard.
I don't fucking.
So that's coming next from
Too much for me.
the Big N.
Yeah, the big N.
Like, I think if they could figure out how to make a whole game out of whatever.
It'd be cool if they made like a shooter where
It's-
like the niche of the shooter is your gun can like evolve and you have all these different like Labo attachments that can slide onto the gun or off the gun and it
Yeah.
affects the gun. Like imagine it's like you're going through an area and you've like there's like a wave of enemies, so like you slide on like the shotgun attachment and the gun transforms into a shotgun in the game. Like that'd be cool.
It would be, but it seems like they're aiming more towards children, so I don't know if they'd actually do that. But just
I
like
mean, it could be like a laser rifle or something. It's gonna
Sure.
be like a pistol.
Yeah.
Like
just a real ass gun.
yeah, it doesn't have to be like a gun. I mean, the scenario could be just like not murdering people. Like it's not like the Labo version of No Russian.
Fuck.
That would be crazy. A Labo No Russian.
Fuck. Except you're blowing down robots, and all the robots are pregnant.
No, it's just full No Russian. It's just a recreation 100% of No. It's like you make a whole cardboard airport. You get real Russian people with cardboard guns.
Oh fuck. We can only dream.
We can only dream.
Did you hear about this? This is kind of an old one, but I think it's pretty cool. Aliens, colonial marines.
Oh, was it the fucking some dude who figured out the AI fix?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard, actually.
There's a typo in the code off by one letter, and it fixes the AI in that game where it actually feels like they're AI.
So yeah,
It doesn't do anything else.
and Gearbox didn't know about this. They just thought something was wrong with the AI and just said, "Oh, fuck it, can't figure it out. Game's bad, I guess." And see, the sad thing is if they figured out that typo, Colonial Marines would have probably been an okay game, like a better received game. Because
Yeah.
the biggest gripe was the enemies don't even acknowledge your existence.
Because it's a few years old at this point, right?
And it's literally because the line, like, I don't know what the guy was modding the game and he was just reading through lines of code and he just sees this typo. He's like, huh, fixes it. And then it fixes the whole game. One letter ruined an entire game. That's so wild to me. That's why coding scares the shit out of me. It's like,
Yeah.
you're telling me that I could be like writing code and I just mistype something by one letter and it breaks the whole game.
Yep.
And it was literally the AI coding that was like meant to detect an enemy, like for the enemy to see that, like, and or recognize that the player is an enemy. And it just was typoed with one extra letter A.
It's one letter.
One letter.
Broke it.
And if it's so sad, because if that wasn't the case, that it would have been an okay game. Like, that's really bumming.
I bet the guy who coded that is like really depressed now.
And it was like that for like 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Like, no one found that. And he found it by chance. Like, it wasn't like he was looking for it.
It's like, oh, what does this do? Oh, there's gameplay now.
Crazy.
Diablo 3 is coming to Switch. It seems like,
Fuck, really?
yeah, it's
Are you kidding me?
no.
Mobile Diablo?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It's yeah.
That's incredible.
It gets all of the updates and expansions. It's coming out later this year. And there's local and online co-op.
You fucking real?
Yeah. And just for a fun fact, it's the first Blizzard game on a Nintendo platform in 15 years.
Isn't Overwatch coming to Nintendo?
I don't know.
I heard Overwatch was coming to Switch too.
That'd be cool. That'd be fucking awesome.
I mean, at this point, it's not like Blizzard needs more money, but they're like, hey, we put that on Switch, we'll get way more money.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
It's really cool that they're like going back to their old shit and like there's people out there who only play Nintendo stuff.
Yeah.
They don't play PS4, Xbox, PC, just Nintendo. And they're like, now they're getting to experience some of this shit.
Isn't Doom Eternal going to be on Switch? I thought it was pre-announced to be a Switch game as well, since Doom 1 is on Switch.
I'm not sure of that either, but it wouldn't surprise me if they did.
Oh, it's so crazy.
Switch is doing good.
Switch is doing
I'm pretty
great.
happy
Switch
that
is doing
Nintendo
great.
fucking, especially after the Wii U, like
Yeah.
they figured it out, you know?
They're like, especially with third parties, that was their biggest issue forever.
Yeah.
Like, literally forever was third parties.
Well, because it's like, what the fuck do you do with the second screen, you know?
Mm-hmm.
No one...
Now, it's this one. It's like, hey, guys, we still got the Nintendo niche, but it's something you can design on, and everyone just started screaming.
I think they made it, like, easier to develop for as well.
Yeah, I heard
like,
that too.
Purposely.
Like, easier to port code to.
Yeah. So good for them.
Yeah, good for them.
That's cool.
Props to Nintendo.
I don't know if you heard about this, but Final Fantasy XIV and Monster Hunter World are doing a crossover.
Yeah, I need to jump on that before the event ends because I really want that fucking Dragoon armor.
Yeah.
They added the Dragoon armor and the Dragoon spear, and they also added the Dragoon's jump ability. Like, the Dragoon is one of my favorite fucking, like, jobs in Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it's dope. So Monster Hunter gets the Behemoth.
Yeah, also, yeah, the Behemoth does spells. It can cast fire, Blizzaga, Meteor, like...
Meteor.
Yeah, it can cast Meteor on you.
Ultima.
It's crazy.
And Final Fantasy gets Rathalos, I think.
I think they're getting a few like Monster Hunter bosses, and apparently they're like hard as fuck end game bosses.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well.
Also, the Rathalos is in fucking Smash.
Yeah.
Which
Hold on.
oh, okay.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
That's our last story.
Oh, okay.
Which it will jump off in a good discussion, I think. So that's why I'm saving it for last. Emu Paradise is shutting down.
Oh, dude, River and I were talking about that, and it fucking killed me. River's literally been like on the daily basis backing up the entirety of Emu Paradise's fucking ROMs.
I know.
Like, they're gonna be the person I go to get my fucking emulations now and be like, "Hey, River, you got Onimusha on PlayStation 1?" Like, yeah,
Hook me up.
Let me check the database. Yup, right here.
So shouts out to you,
Yeah.
River.
Keep doing the good work. Get through all the PlayStation games as quick as possible.
I didn't understand why you were doing that until now.
They knew. So this is like a long time coming. They just knew the apocalypse was going to happen for Emu Paradise.
And of course, Nintendo's behind it. Fucking Nintendo. Ruining our fun. Just trying to have fun.
Technically, it's not illegal to own an emulation of a game.
If you have the physical copy, you can have an emulation. That's
Yes.
the legal thing.
But like, also the same thing is like, how do you prove that?
Yeah, I don't know. But a lot of people are like, well, okay, cool. You know, I want to play the game, but it's out of print. Like a Fire Emblem game for the GameCube is like $300.
Yeah, like, or like games like $1,000. Like finding a copy of the game. Like when I was trying to find a copy of God Hand, it was either buy a PS3 and get it for $10, emulate it, and like there's not that great of emulation for it, or like pay like over $100 for the super rare PS2 copy of the game.
Yeah.
Like your options are limited for old games that are fucking good.
Yeah, like your only thing that you can do for like really old games is go to like a retro game store, but those are not everywhere.
Yeah, not everywhere.
Or you could go to eBay, but it's expensive.
And sometimes you'll get like a horribly like the quality of the product will be horrible.
Yeah. And like there's not much else you could do. You just kind of have to get lucky if you want to not pay an arm and a leg, because like games are already expensive.
Yeah.
So like I get it. Like why wouldn't you? It's so easy and it's so free, you know? It's so free. It's the freest thing you could do. I don't know, it just bums me out a little bit. So, and then it's not just Emu Paradise. I heard it was other ones too.
That's not good.
I know.
Tell me I'm gonna have to go to the dark web for my fucking emulations now?
Probably.
Like
I tried like they said they were shutting down, and I was like, maybe they're still up. No, they're not up. Like the download link doesn't do anything.
no.
I mean, like, yeah, whatever, emulations, whatever. But like the thing I'm sad about is like the stuff we did for Sludge Wave, where those like really obscure, like fucking weird games, like those are gonna be gone.
Wait, how come the ones that are like original games?
Yeah, or like unreleased or unfinished stuff. Like I think they're gonna be gone.
Why would ROMs of those be gone? I feel like they don't. I mean, at least with like a physical games that have been released, I can kind of see the argument. But like for an unreleased game, or like for an unfinished game, or like a game that never got, I don't know. Like
I'm not sure about that either, to be honest. So I retract my statement. I was just thinking about it. I'm like, those might be gone. I guess we'll see.
I don't know. I feel like it's really big for like emulation is like really big. Not, I guess, really big, but like it's a big thing in streaming because like it gives you the ability to stream older games that have no ability to be streamed.
Yeah, unless you like want to put together a very complex,
like, yeah, a very complex like splitting set, like a whole like a mass of like splitters and converters and shit like that to get like the gameplay at like the worst quality you can get it at. Like it also allowed you to run games like to the limit that they were designed at.
Yeah.
That's another thing is like, it's not like a game is designed with the game is designed with the hardware limitations in mind, but the base game is not that. Like it gets converted to that. So like when you run a game through an emulation, sometimes you can really like jack up the fucking quality of the game to be like what the game was designed at.
Yeah. I think it was Rare that they were like we wanted to design the games like I think it was Donkey Kong Country. I could be wrong. But they were like we designed it to be and play and look as good as possible, and then we just figured out how to put it on consoles, you know. So like I don't know. It's sad.
I don't know.
I feel like everything like from like I feel like this is adulthood. Everything we love is dying.
Yeah, it's like just some older, crustier people are like, hey, you can't have fun.
I feel like 20, 30 years in the future, they're like, tell me a story of your generation. Well, we had this thing called Emu Paradise. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't know. At the same time, if River had the idea to back up everything, someone else definitely also backed up everything and is probably in the process of creating like a dark web unsolicited site that holds these things.
Probably. I wouldn't put it past them.
Fuck it. I guess we're just gonna have to go to the fucking. I guess I'm just gonna have to get used to going to the dark web because it looks like the dark web's gonna be holding all the things that have fun, including all the horrific things.
Let's not go there. Our last story, Smash Bros. Ultimate. I don't know if we mentioned this earlier. I forget, but like every character announcement starts with someone literally dying.
Yeah,
getting stabbed.
we said Luigi died, but yeah, like in the Ridley announcement, Mario and Mega Man fucking died. Like, there's no way around it.
Like, they get killed.
Mega Man could be rebuilt, yes, but Mario got snapped in two. Like, Mario died.
Yeah, and like in the Luigi case, like his spirit like left his body, and like when they announced that they showed you the menu, and there was one that was blurred out. Smash Bros. People are fucking crazy, and they figured out that mode is probably called Spirits mode. So it might be something to do with like either collecting spirits or like the story is centered around spirits or something.
Well, there's also this huge heroes and villains thematic that they're going for too, which is why they've added K. Rool and Ridley and stuff like that. Like, if you take out the fan appeal in the Smash ballot and you look at it to the thematic of heroes and villains, it makes sense why all these old school villains are coming into the fray.
Yeah.
But also fucking, apart from that, like just going into people looking into things way too deep. Someone made an observation that actually has some grounding to it.
Yeah.
And it's fucking wild. So like, are we
Go ahead.
kind of done with the spirits thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I wanted to say.
This is pretty much the last thing I gotta say, because I could go on this forever right now about Smash. Like,
I wouldn't put it past you.
During Smash 4's directs, I went back and looked at him. Sakurai is in one of two places for when they cut to Sakurai. He is either in like a sound studio with like a whole fucking like mixing board behind him, or he's in just like a regular plain studio with like a table and a chair. Like, no features that really call out to you, right? Smash Ultimate's directs, you couldn't like, because the first time Sakurai appeared was different, but like this one where it's like actually the two major directs that have come out right now. Sakurai's set, the thematic of the set that he's been in, is wildly different from not only the Smash 4 version, but from each other. Like, intentionally wildly different. And it brings up the question, because I was like, oh yeah, he's probably on the move all the time. I was like, no, he's at his studio working on the game, and these are highly pre-recorded and written and thought of ahead of time. So it seems silly for me to think that Sakurai didn't specify what he wanted in his set if that's how they looked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So someone took that to an even bigger level and like tried to correlate the set with something else. And they found out in the direct before they announced K. Rool. So when K. Rool was just like a wet dream for everyone. They're fucking showing off the game and shit, and that everyone is here. Oh, crazy! But no one knows the fact that Sakurai's set, where he's talking, the room that he's in has this really wild wooden texture, like not like wooden walls and stuff, like it looks like the hull of a pirate ship for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Followed by there's very ominous looking and very familiar looking barrels around his set. Like you can see one very prominent and it looks very similar to a Donkey Kong barrel. Follow that up with and then this is where it gets nutty. The colors in the set. And here's the thing. If you color picked all the major colors in the set, you would get every color in King K. Rool's color palette. Followed by the barrels and the weird pirate theme. King K. Rool is a pirate. It all pointed and all the fact and like that was enough until I saw the fact that everything that had a color in the room was not like referencing, but actually the color in the palette, like to a T, the color.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next direct K. Rool gets announced. So if we just take this knowledge that if this is the case and that he teased K. Rool through the design of his set, and we apply that to the new direct, we get a very, very nutty conclusion. There are two chairs that make no sense to his set in the direct. A purple chair and a yellow chair. You go to the room, there's a couch. The couch is a weird shade of green, like a very off green, followed by two throw pillows that are brown with a very specific pattern on them. Both have the same pattern. You keep looking around the room, you find, and you start looking at the colors. Not only do you see green, brown, and then the yellow and purple, you see like hints of like a lighter green or hints of a deeper purple and stuff like that. You take all those colors and the dude took all the colors and applied it to the sense of what character fitting with Sakurai's motives right now would fit into this thing. And to a T, the man comes up with fucking the man, the myth, the legend, goddamn Skull Kid with the mask as the color palette. And you look at it and the current design of Skull Kid, the Hyrule Warriors design, not saying they'd go with it, but every color matches the color that's in his set. The pattern on his clothes match the pattern of the pillows. The purple and yellow chairs, Skull Kid had two fairies, one purple and one yellow.
It was white, but whatever.
I mean, it's hot debated. It could be an off yellow white, but like it's the thing. Like I say it's white, others say it's yellow. But like if we go with the yellow, like
it's a race thing.
Yeah. But like
don't look too deep into it.
And then you follow it up with some other things. Like take the idea that Skull Kid is what he's hinting at. Young Link hasn't had his final smash shown yet. So, and the thematic so far is heroes versus villains. If Big Link's the hero to Ganondorf's villain, which is why they reverted him back to Gerudo Ganondorf, Ocarina of Time Ganondorf, which is what Big Link is, apart from him being Breath of the Wild Link now. But like, canonically Big Link is Ocarina of Time Link,
Yep.
You followed up. If they gave a villain to another Hyrule character, who would it be? Young Link. Who was Young Link's big villain? It's not Ganondorf. Skull Kid.
I mean, it makes sense.
They haven't shown Skull Kid's assist trophy yet. And all of a sudden, the moon is the big assist trophy for Majora's Mask? Like you show the moon, but you don't show Skull Kid like controlling the moon or anything like Sakurai usually does with assist trophies. Like he has another character kind of play off of it,
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't show the Skull Kid assist trophy with the moon. Like, you know what I'm saying here?
Yes.
it's like, and like I'm kind of calling it now. I think the next direct we're gonna see us like, or in one of the next directs we're going to see Skull Kid. And if Skull Kid fucking gets announced, I'm losing it right now. This is killing me because like not only does Smash 5 have promising tech that Leffen's been talking about, not similar to Melee but promising.
Yeah.
The fact that potentially maybe every major character is going to get an Echo Fighter, because Sakurai's like, yeah, we're not going to do too many characters. All of a sudden, also, here's like every character so far that's getting an Echo Fighter, and we ain't stopping yet! Like, potentially almost every character that makes sense to get an Echo Fighter will probably get one at this rate. Like, I think Sakurai is going for the full, like, shotgun to your fucking taint. Like, he is literally, I think...
It's not where I thought you were going with that.
I swear... He honestly is this is probably going to be the last Smash game. Like, there's no...
I don't know about that.
Like, or for a long time.
Or maybe... he might stop, but I don't think Smash is going to stop at all.
I think this might be Sakurai's last Smash.
Yeah, because like, it's too big of a phenomenon.
He's pulling out all the stops, bringing every character he can think of from not just any Nintendo series, any game series that he can think of.
Fucking Bomberman as an assist trophy.
Getting turning it into the most cross-reference game of all time. Like doing like I said in the beginning, doing things that would make people murder you if you told them during the time that they came out.
Yeah.
Following it up with trying to bring back the competitive community from Melee into this. Well, he wants to synergize all the communities, it seems. He added crew battle mode. He added Iron Man mode. He's potentially bringing back the story mode for, like, Brawl people. Like, the man is trying to, like, this is trying to be his magnum opus. Like, he's trying to make this the game. Like...
I don't have anything to base this on. There's no evidence as far as I know for this, but I really want Gino in that shit really bad. And I don't know why. I've just always wanted Gino in that shit. And if he puts Gino in, this is definitely the last Smash Brothers. Because you open up with Ridley.
You follow it up with fucking Simon Belmont, and then just say, hey, all right, he's also a character that hasn't been in a game, also getting an Echo character, and it's Richter. So 2 Castlevania characters.
Yeah.
Like, the Rathalos. Monster Hunter ain't even on Nintendo. Well, no, it is, I guess, on the handheld, on 3DS. So, okay. But, like,
makes sense.
Sakurai doesn't just put one thing from a game in his game. That's the thing. The fact that the Rathalos in it pretty much has skyrocketed the chance of the Hunter being something. An assist trophy, a character, like Sakurai does not just put one thing from a game in his game, usually. Unless it's like that weird Popotan guy where you can't really take anything else from his game.
Yeah.
Like, if the game has more than one character that's, like, well-known, it's in there somewhere as a regular trophy, an assist trophy, a nod in the stage, like, something. He never just has one thing.
Shadow as an Echo Fighter.
Shadow's gonna be an Echo Fighter. I'm calling that, too. They haven't shown his assist trophy.
You never know.
And here's the next thing. Eggman, boss character for the story mode.
Yeah. Or Tails.
As a boss character?
No, as a character.
Okay, I was like, man, that'd be so uneventful. You're just going through and then just Tails is the guy.
Tails was behind it all.
The whole time. He just wraps his tails around Sonic's neck and breaks it.
Just flies away and hangs him. Even though his tails are caught up on something.
He Azuna drops him. Fuck, it's like, the thing is like unless it's like legitimate leaks, any theories can actually be anything at this point. Sakurai is like proven to the fact that you can theorize whatever the fuck you want, but I'm gonna throw the curveball every time.
There's only one character that if he puts in, I will commit a hate crime.
Yeah, Calvin and I we're on the same page.
No, we're not.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
We're not talking about the character?
I'm not sure, actually.
Okay, what's one thing that both of us do not want in Smash?
Do not?
Absolutely do not want.
Oh,
You know it. Feel my wavelength right now.
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about?
No.
There's another. Okay, tell me the other thing, and then we'll get to that.
I want the one character that will make me commit a hate crime in a good, positive way.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like in a bad way.
No.
Okay.
But
like most hate crimes.
No, a good hate crime.
Okay.
Like, just because I'll be way too hype, I don't know what I would do with myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wouldn't scream or like jump up in the air. I just go out, buy a gun, and then do something.
Fire it like Lil Pump.
Yeah, just like, I don't know. Motherfucking Tomba. There's like a 1% chance that'll happen.
Oh, fuck. That'd be crazy if Tomba made it in.
Maybe less than 1%. But
That'd
like,
be crazy if Tomba made it. Also,
could you imagine how out of left field that would be?
I think you'd come to my house and punch me so hard you'd blow a hole through my chest.
Jake, are you home? Yeah. Answer the door.
No, Jake, are you home? Yeah. And then a fist comes out of the phone and hits me. Like it didn't even matter that I was home.
I would come to your house and smoke your weed.
Hell, I might let you if it's that serious.
It's that serious.
I'll take acid for the first time while you smoke weed.
Put acid on the shrooms.
No, fuck that. I'll drop 2 tabs of acid.
There's a dude who dropped 5 tabs right here, sitting right here in my studio.
You seen that dude who, like, there's a picture of him taking, like, 3 tabs of acid at the fucking Kabbalah or whatever, like the big black Muslim rock that people pilgrimage to?
Oh, yeah.
And it's just him, just, like, literally in the circle. It's just him with his tongue out. There's just 2 fat tabs of acid on his tongue. So, like, he just fucking had a wild acid trip while everyone's fucking running around the rock and doing crazy religious shit. That would be the most incredible experience.
I saw this post that's like, why are people eating small stamps?
Incredible.
I was like that at one point. I was like, why are they putting small stamps on their tongue?
It's what the stamp does.
I was much younger. Every now and again, I'm just surprised by what the drug world holds. Like, the last thing I was surprised by was the concept of microdosing.
Yeah, microdosing is kind of crazy to me, too.
Just because, like, I never in any world thought that would be a thing.
Taking a drug, like, it's such a small, like a hardcore drug, like such a small amount, you only get, like, basically the beneficial effects.
Yeah, and, like one of them was dabs. It's like dabs.
Yeah, it's like weed that's so concentrated it's a syrup.
Yeah.
You know what blows my mind right now? That's like I've been super stuck on? DMT.
DMX.
DMT. It's not like I have an interest in doing like hard drugs like cocaine or crack or like meth or stuff like that. But like, I think Vsauce put it in the best way. Like, I have an extreme interest in psychedelics and hallucinogenics.
Sure. Yeah. That's fine, I guess.
And like more so like naturally grown psychogenics and hallucinogenics. That's why like acid kind of throws me off because it's like a synthetic hallucinogenic kind of.
Yeah.
But like there's also proven cases like if you take acid as a normal human being, it doesn't really fuck with you. Like look at Steve Jobs and people like that. Like they dropped acid all the time. And that dude, once again, made Apple. Like, but like someone was explaining to me acid and DMT, and like I lost all interest in acid when they explained DMT to me, and like I think I'd only ever do it once,
just to see,
like once in my whole life. And it's like the reason is it's not like I'm some kind of burnout. Like with weed, yeah, I smoke a fuck ton of weed. Like we'll just throw that one up to like, yeah, I just smoke a lot of weed, like whatever. But like, I just have this fascination, like this explorer's fascination of what the human mind is capable of.
I have a story for you, but go on.
Like, not in the sense of hallucinating either. There's just other things. Like, I went through something incredibly traumatic and had to handle it in the worst way possible. And I've never felt my mind go through such a horrific experience before. And like, for a while, it fucked me up. But like, now it's just, I'm fascinated by that. I'm fascinated that my brain somehow managed to do that. Like, how could it? it has way more power than I think it does. Like the power of perception and like shit like that. It's like, and it's like you take like mushrooms and you just fucking like your perception of reality just fucking changes.
Yeah, you go crazy.
Well, in
Or
some,
maybe your
in
brain
some,
like opens up or something.
well, see what mushroom does is psilocybin, the main component to mushrooms, is it makes your brain communicate with parts of your brain it doesn't communicate with.
Yeah.
Like that's its main thing. Like instead of sending a message to like part A of the brain that it normally does, it's like it's going to communicate with this guy over here and get its take on it. And like that's a crazy thing for like depression and stuff. Because if you take the right amount of shrooms, like what's like not enough to fuck you up like horrifically, but like if your brain is stuck on something stressful or traumatic, it starts asking other parts of your brain that it doesn't ask to figure out how to deal with this.
Mm-hmm.
And like in my case, the first time I ever did mushrooms, I was fucked up from something. And for some reason, I just came to this realization that it was completely different. Afterwards, it's never bothered me since. And
Really?
this was something that for years fucked me up.
Huh.
Like years. And in one night, my whole thought process on it changed.
That's crazy, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Or you get in some cases where you crawl under a bed and scream for 3 hours.
One of the two.
One of the two. It's
You
all
gotta gamble.
you really gotta have the confidence of fucking Dio when you take hallucinogens. Like you just need to be so confident that you're gonna be fucking coming out of it good. Cause like, from what I've noticed, if you have any ounce of like subconscious, like extreme fear or anxiety towards it, it will build on that or try to.
I should not take drugs.
Like, because like in the sense of like one of my friends who took it for the first time, like it fucked him up. And I think it's because he wanted to take them, but he's never done anything like that before. So I know he had even if he wasn't thinking, he had a subconscious innate fear of what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And that exploded on himself 100%. Whereas me,
And in some cases, literally.
which isn't me, the first time I took them, I almost wanted to experience that. Like, not for like any reason other than just like if it happens, I want to see what happens. But like in that confidence, I had no subconscious fear to taking these. But like DMT is like you take the hit, like you smoke it. Like the DMT's big brother that fucking like just murders you is called ayahuasca.
Oh, yeah. They do that in like
in Peru.
South America,
It's ayahuasca is extremely illegal here.
Yeah, you have to go you go through like my cousin did this. That you go through like a rainforest and you go out to the shaman and they give you it. And then it just
My brother fucking hates that whole process. He hates
you.
My brother hates shamans and witches and things like that.
Why?
I was like, Cam, you really don't like the idea of like going to Peru and just like this fucking shaman is like chanting like spirit magic at you while you're taking like psychedelics. And he's like, no, it's fake and stupid. They're crazy people. I hate it.
Jesus.
Yeah, like literally like that.
Holy shit.
And I was like, and he said shamanism and witchcraft are the exact same thing. And I'm like, there's a very big difference from like thousands of years of like spiritual healing and like songs and stuff that are meant to cleanse the spirit versus like bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Let this rat's asshole give me a double.
A McDouble.
Yeah, like exactly. Like it's very different. But that's beyond the point.
Yeah.
But like ayahuasca's DMT's like big fucking brother because it's got pure DMT in it. But at
It's even got a little DMX.
Well, at the same time, it has a thing. So what happened? Well, the reason DMT regularly, like, it fucks you up wildly, but only for like maybe 15 to 20 minutes normally.
Yeah.
And it's because your body processes DMT very fast. It breaks it down super fast.
Mm-hmm.
But ayahuasca, there's another like herbal remedy that's like mixed with it that turns that off. Like it turns off your body's ability to like break down DMT. So you get the full amount of DMT through your body. It's like a fucking 6 or 7 hour trip.
That sounds insane.
Vsauce did it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I watched his documentary, and it's fucking wild. Like, Vsauce doesn't do drugs, but he still had the whole thing. He's fascinated with what the human mind is capable of.
I mean, yeah. If you don't know, Vsauce is like this really
He's like
intelligent.
YouTube Bill Nye.
Yeah, but like Bill Nye is more like
Bill Nye is
is
more
a
like-
scientist that like people can.
Bill Nye is more like an
Understand.
entertainer that's a scientist, where like Vsauce is a scientist that's an entertainer.
Yeah, like Bill Nye can, he makes it accessible, whereas Vsauce goes a few steps beyond that, and it's
Mhm.
just really intelligent.
Where,
the time.
Yeah, okay. Where Bill Nye is like explaining like physics to like a high school or middle school kid, Vsauce is like explaining physics to like a college level kid or another physicist.
Yeah,
But like he fucking takes it. And like, see, the thing with DMT is like you smoke it or you drink it and you don't really move. You just, if you do it right, you just fucking fall backwards and enter the goddamn realm. Like the way I've heard this, and like Vsauce even explained it, he's like, yeah, I started feeling tingling and my heart raced, and then my whole body jumped out of itself and I was looking at myself laying on the ground. And then I flew up into space.
that's crazy.
And it's like, and he's like, and then I went on a journey. And then when it was ended, I slammed back into my body. Like, or people like, someone told me they took DMT and like they smoked it and laid back, but their body laid back, but their spirit didn't. Like, it's like they felt them laying back, but then they turned around and watched themselves falling backwards. And then they
I
just
can't
went,
even imagine.
and
that.
they just went to like a fantasy world that was just like the world of their dreams, or like, and sometimes it's like fucking like some like thing is like they explain it's like it's not like you can like be like I want to go to fucking Candyland and like your world morphs around you, like it really like manifests in your mind.
Mhm.
So sometimes you have things that like you overcome.
Yeah,
So like there's things that you could perceive as scary or something, but it's like your mind's mental prediction of like something that's stressing you out. And like maybe your anxiety gets formed into like a dragon and it's scaring you, but you like man up and you fight it and you're fighting a literal dragon, but like that's the mental equivalent of you like coming to terms with something that's been fucking you up.
yeah. Sounds like I need to do some
I
DMT.
just want to do it once. I want to hit it, fall the fuck asleep, enter the goddamn universe, and then come back.
Yeah,
Like I just want to like. I just don't get like I know people don't like the idea of drug use and stuff. It's like you have to find some level of fascination that there is something that you can take that makes your mind perceive the world and laws of physics as something entirely different.
I have 3 stories for you. I'm gonna start with one. If I forget the other 2, just say the word ghost and the word Reiki, and I'll instantly remember.
Okay.
So you're talking about like what your mind can do,
Yeah, what's capable of.
what it's capable of, and in your case, you use drugs.
I mean, when you say it like that,
Um,
am it's not like I'm fucking doing heroin, okay, guys? Like I'm
No.
it's just psychedelics. Like it's still bad, but like I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit better than just me like snorting a line of coke while smoking crack while shooting heroin through my dick. Like
okay, so the first story I had, I fell asleep one night and I started dreaming. And in that dream, David Gilmour, the guitarist of Pink Floyd, came into my dream and he was talking to me about music and stuff. I have no idea what the fuck he said.
is
I
he
can't
dead?
remember. Huh?
Isn't he dead?
No.
Okay, I'd be even wilder if he was dead because it'd be like his spirit was talking to you.
It was just strange because I was like, I'm not even into Pink Floyd that much. And like, I know who he was.
Did he give you some good advice?
Well, he's talking to me about music, and I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Sure, yeah, I don't remember anything he said, but the next, like, when I woke up, something in my brain, like, took in that information, and I wrote what I think is the best song I've ever written,
Whoa.
ever.
Is that the one you were telling me about that we need to go film it somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like as like a tribute to him, like there's a guitar solo in it and I did it in his style as like a thank you note to him.
Thanks, Dream Pink Floyd, man.
Thanks, David Gilmour. That wasn't.
Thanks to David Gilmour of my dreams.
It was weird. This is really weird. So I don't know. It was like my mind was trying to.
Shit like that happens though, where people get like a dream where like they fucking interpret it in the sense of like the next thing they need to do. Like,
and it's like, I have no idea what he said. I don't remember. I just remember him being there and talking to me. And then like just from somewhere deep within my unconscious mind or something, just this song came out and I was like, oh fuck, okay.
Your subconscious must have definitely remembered what he said.
Yeah. And like I feel pretty strongly about that song I wrote, like in a way that I've never felt before with any song. So yeah. The second thing I wanted to say is I had my first paranormal experience.
Really?
And like, but I don't know if I've talked about this before, but like previously I've never had a paranormal experience. So it's not like I didn't believe in it. I was skeptical, but like nothing's ever happened to me. So I'm open-minded to it because people tell this shit all the time. And it's like, they're not lying, you know? So I had my first one. I was laying in my bed at night and like, I don't really shut my door. I just kind of like close it.
I have to full shut my door. I get freaked out if I leave my door open while I sleep.
Yeah, I don't, it doesn't bug me. Sometimes it's all the way open. Sometimes it's like half shut. But like in this case, I shut it to the point where it was like almost like, it was like an inch or two away from being closed. Maybe an inch or less than. No, it was actually like, it was touching. It was
like touching the frame.
Yeah, before you close it.
Okay, so it's like a crack. Like if you like like you could poke your eye through it and see outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not by much, like.
But yeah, like you could see through the crack.
Yeah. I'm laying in my bed, right? I'm just minding my own business. My door completely shuts. I'm like, okay, that was weird.
It's not like you get a draft in your room either.
No, this has never ever happened before, and my door's been like that plenty of times.
Yeah.
But this particular night, my door shut. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Maybe it was something, or maybe someone walked by. But no, everyone was asleep. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then I left my room for some reason. I came back and I put it in the same position. I laid down in my bed, was minding my own business. A couple minutes pass, shuts again. Like, okay, that's twice that's happened this time. So if there's something here, I'm gonna set it like I did again. And like if something happens again, there's definitely something going on. So I open it, and then as I'm closing it, I feel literally like it being pulled, like it's like someone had it on the door handle and was like lightly pulling it. And I shit you not, like, you know how you stand diagonal to the door when you close it, kind of most times, like you can see out. There was nothing there at all. This has never happened to me before. I literally, like, as I was closing it, I felt something pull on it. Like, and it was gonna pull it shut. And I shit you not, there was nothing there. I was like, holy fuck. So I just was like, something wants this closed, and I closed it. I left it alone for the rest of the night. And then, like the next day, I remembered that. I was like, you know, it was around the same time of night. I was like, maybe it'll do it again. And I set it up so it was almost closed. Nothing. And I tried to do the thing where it was like, can I feel this, being pulled? Nothing. I was like, holy shit.
That's intense.
That is intense. I'm like, wow.
That's fucking crazy. I remember when I used to be way more stressed out. It's actually common with people that have extreme anxiety, but I would see shadow people a lot.
Damn.
Where it's like, you'd just be kind of like, it happens if you're like an extremely anxious or stressed person, you can get like what's called like these shadow people. And it's like out of the corner of your eye, like in your peripherals, like occasionally you will just see like the silhouette of like a figure like looking at you. and like when you pin to like look at it, they fucking disappear.
I've
Oh.
had that with like bugs.
Like that
But
shit.
they're nothing is moving.
See, that shit would happen to me all the time where like I'm talking and all of a sudden I just see someone fucking looking at me from the corner of my eye and I'll turn around, or like I'll round the corner and it's like you round the corner, just like a group of people like standing, like staring at you. And it's like for a split second. Or like, this is why I usually don't leave my door open anymore. It's like I had my door cracked and it's like I swear to God, I saw a silhouette of a dude just looking through the crack of my door. I was like, fuck that.
That's insane.
Like, there was one time, I don't know how it happened. I want to say, I can only attribute it to a raccoon. Like, if it's a real life thing, a raccoon slamming into my window.
Jesus.
But, like, that's all I can think of. Or, like, a bird hitting my window at the perfect time. I think it was the dead of night. So I can only think of it being a raccoon.
Mm-hmm.
But you know how I have my fan in my window and I have it's one of those fans where, like, you close the window on the fan and
Yeah.
it locks it in. So there was one time where I was playing games and then all of a sudden it was like someone on the outside fucking kicked the fan as hard as they could. It blew off my window
Holy
and
shit.
onto my bed. Like someone pushed it, like forced it out.
Yeah.
And it's locked into my window. So like something had to have hit it hard
Mhm.
to not only have knocked out my window, but like blown it onto my bed. Like it got some air and then was on my bed's right under where the fan is, but like it cleared the first half of my bed. Like it fucking got knocked.
When was this?
Like a year or two ago.
Holy shit.
Like, and it was, I cannot, like it's fallen out of my window before because I've had it like not loose, but like not like that. Like it was knocked out, like blown off the window.
That's crazy.
And there was I looked around for raccoons. Like there's raccoons all the time around where we are. Like I've seen
Mhm.
raccoons. There's bunnies and shit like that. Coyotes sometimes. Very rarely coyotes, but like deer.
it jumped up.
But like
Like your
This
window
is
is
the-
like
it's
4 feet off the ground.
exactly. And you can't really climb up to the screen. And if you climbed up to the screen, it's not like it's gonna do that. This is like if someone fucking punched it. Like
Yeah.
it was crazy.
See, the thing for me was like it shut, and I was like, oh, maybe it's a draft. And then I was like, no, that never happens. It's never happened. Like, I've lived in this place for however many years.
Yeah.
It's never happened. But then when I felt it being pulled, there was like a physical thing that I could, like, there was resistance. I was like, oh, fuck, you know?
That's when you just pull your dick out and start masturbating in the direction that the ghost is in. You gotta show it that you don't fear it so much that you're willing to blow a load on it.
See, I wasn't afraid though. I was just like, something's here. Like I wasn't afraid
Mm-hmm.
because like it did no harm to me. It just shut my door. I felt it pulling.
Have you ever read the story about the dude who just completely ignored being haunted?
No.
Like, you should look it up. Like, I don't know what it is, but just like try like Google like guy ignores being haunted or something like that. And it's this tale of this dude's friend who like had an actual like haunting experience. And instead of being scared, instead of being fascinated, he became spiteful. Like, he became like spiteful and like angry, like not fear or anything. Just like would equally try to fuck with the ghosts as the ghosts fucked with him. Like, and then, see, I don't know if this is a true story. I like to
You don't
believe.
pay rent.
See, I like to believe this is a true story, but like it gets to the point where like the ghosts don't fuck with him, and eventually like his hauntings like lead him to find something in his basement, and it's a record of like people who like died in this house beforehand,
Mm-hmm.
and like the reason they died or something was like the landlord did something shitty to the thing and they died to like a hazard that was caused by the thing. So he fucking like investigates this, finds the guy, and the guy actually gets arrested for this shit.
Holy shit.
And then, so this is why I don't know if it's a true story. I like to believe, I really want to believe this is a true story. And like, he said ever since then, he said he basically like, he didn't see the ghosts, but like he felt this presence, like the ghosts were like happy with him. And they didn't haunt him ever after that.
That's crazy. That's
Like,
absolutely crazy.
it's wild. I don't care if it's a fake story. It's a good ass story. Like just believing that it's partially true, like it makes it even better. Like, And like, see, it's like you can't outrule it, honestly, because shit like this does happen.
Yeah. like I said, I was skeptical until I experienced it, and I'm like, okay, you know.
Like, there's definitely, it might not be ghosts, but there's definitely, like, I think it's ignorant to say that we've completely understood the laws of our universe yet. We know the laws of physics and stuff, but we've just discovered things that can break the laws of physics, like antimatter and shit like that. The God particle doesn't follow the conventional laws of physics. Like, so in theory, there are things that like we can't perceive yet. There are things that the mind could violently so doesn't understand that we just don't perceive it or understand it. That like, and like, I think our rules to the universe are way more intense than we think they are. And we just have like the very base knowledge of the rules of this universe.
Yeah, like going back to Lovecraft, like a lot of his stories like involve creatures that we just can't understand.
Like can't comprehend.
And then like the people go insane.
Yeah, like because they look in such a way that like the mind, it breaks the mind because they can't comprehend like the appearance of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like they look grotesque and monstrous because your mind is so fucked up at what they actually look like. That's what you perceive them as.
Like that's such an odd concept to me. It's like you see something and you cannot like mentally
like
understand
fathom it.
Yeah. Because like you can see it and be like, oh, that's pretty weird, but like I can see it as an object, you know, or I can see, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you saw Cthulhu, like you see like artist renditions of it, like you'd understand like, okay, that's a giant thing with wings and like an octopus head that lives in the ocean, but like I didn't know that existed, you know? Like, imagine looking at that and just, like, losing your mind.
Yeah, it's like, the thing is, like, we don't even know if that's what he actually, like, air quotes, looks like. It's that you just, the visual of him is so fucking visually fucked up that your brain just tries to create something in its stance because it doesn't understand what it's looking at.
Yeah, it's like something that you never would have thought that existed.
Mm-hmm.
And it blows your mind, quite literally.
Oh, we've been really good at reaching over the 3-hour mark these last few podcasts.
We spent the first hour talking about school stuff.
We spent the first hour forcing our viewers to do things and then talking about school-related scenarios.
Listen, you get one podcast a month, you know. It's like we said last time.
Sometimes it takes more than a month, MFer.
So take it or leave it. Consume it in small bites. You don't eat an entire pizza. Well, usually you don't, but
that's a bad. Every time I buy a pizza, I eat the whole fucking thing.
Okay. Well, you don't drink a 36 pack of beer in one. No.
I was about to say, Calvin, I've bought whole cases of soda that I've gone through in a whole day.
You don't do it at once. You do it throughout the day. You know?
I mean,
have you just sat there?
It's okay.
Have you sat there?
If we think about it like that, yes, it's not like I've rubber banded 12 sodas together and just fucking chugged them into a funnel. Yes, I've not done that, but
well, it's I wouldn't even call it that. Like just back to back cans, like without stopping. You know.
Well,
I can't win this one. I don't think.
At least in my sense, you can't. But like, I mean, I can think of multiple scenarios where I've just went like, all right, I'm done. Let's go.
Okay, let's go back to the pizza thing. You get a pizza and you do not eat the whole thing at once. You go slice by slice.
See, Cam and I do this thing where we cut the pizza in half and then we take the whole half of the pizza and fold it and then we eat the entire half of the pizza in one go. Actually, I have this whole thing where it's called the pizza burrito, where I take a pizza and I roll it up into a burrito and I eat the whole thing.
Every example I have given, you've just shit on.
I can't relate to them personally, Calvin.
All I'm saying is, if the length of the podcast turns you off, don't listen to it all at once.
No, I know.
Consume it in pieces.
I know. But
Just every analogy that I've given.
We can't use food with me because I consume when I eat. I don't look like it, but when I eat, I fucking eat.
You don't drink a whole jug of milk at once because you throw it up.
Well, not milk. If I could, I would.
I'm using milk as an
if
example.
I could, I would.
No, you can't because you throw it up.
That's what
That's too
I'm
much
saying.
milk.
That's what I'm saying. If I could and not throw up, I would.
Okay. I don't think I won this argument, but
If it's chocolate milk, motherfucker, I'm going for it. I'm trying. I thought you couldn't chug a whole gallon of milk. Like, couldn't like maybe over an hour, like you drink a whole it's not
I
like
don't know.
It's not like I chug a 2 liter of soda. You know what I'm saying? But I still drink a whole 2 liter of soda, like just out of the bottle.
I'm sure. Like,
I
don't know.
We'll find out. I'll drink a whole gallon of milk.
We'll film this. This is our experiment for the month. I'll get Jake a 2-liter soda, and I'll make him chug the whole thing without stopping.
Well, see, I don't even do that though. But it's not like I vary it through the whole day. But like, I think what we should do is have me normally drink a 2 liter of soda in the time it normally takes me, and then have that be the control number, and then do the same thing with milk at the same and pace it at the same time.
Okay.
Because it's like oh, you completed the soda in 7 minutes. Like let's just say like you could complete a whole 2 liter in 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
I mean, if I'm not chugging it, but the intent is to finish it, like I'm gonna be on and off drinking it pretty hard.
Okay, sure, but I don't think you can do that with milk. Like it would have to be like you said, like over an hour or two. I
guess we gotta try this. We gotta see how iron my gut is.
Where does it go?
I don't know.
It's just
The
a
only
void.
time I ever gained weight was when I got put on medication. Like shoveling food down this fucking body does not make me gain weight.
That may be a problem you want to see a doctor about.
I mean,
Maybe
no?
it's like not absorbing anything. It just goes through you. Is your shit green?
I mean, time to time. It's not like it's always green, but I've
Okay.
definitely had like solid green shits. But I had a blue shit once.
Holy fuck.
Not
That's something I cannot relate
Not
to.
joking. Like cotton candy blue.
What?
Yeah. It was when I was a little kid. We were about to have. It was on my birthday. We were about to have a birthday party, and you know those like, they look like, like baby bottle pops.
Yeah.
This is like a way more advanced version where it was like a paint bucket. And the paintbrush, and the paintbrush was the lollipop, and you stuck the paintbrush.
Yeah.
There was a blue. This is the only thing I can correlate it to. But there was a blue one, and I remember I just fucking ate all the sugar like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's correlated. But like, I got like really sick, and I like violently shitted, and my shit was like sky blue. Like
That's insanity.
there was no brown or green or normal. It was blue, like a blue shit.
That's crazy. It's absolutely nuts.
It's wild, right? I could shit the colors of the rainbow.
All you have to do is drink a whole bottle of paint candy.
Yeah, it's like I guess if I eat like 3 packs of cherry Pop-Tarts, I'll shit red.
I think it has something to do with like the sugar aspect of it.
I guess I have to maybe eat like I don't know, like a 2 liter, like maybe a full glass worth of like red pixie stick powder.
I have a story I want to tell, but I don't want to tell it on here.
I remember one time I did a line of pixie sticks,
A line?
like snorted a line of pixie sticks.
Like the normal size one?
Well, not a whole pixie stick, but like, I poured out a line, cut it up, and then
Holy fuck.
it was blue, and my snot turned blue, so I was blowing my nose for like the whole day, and it was just blue snots.
Holy shit.
Very dangerous to do. Don't do that.
Remind me to tell you about Fun Dips
Okay.
after this.
Okay.
I don't know where to go from there, so you want to end this bitch?
Yeah, I think it's time to
Time to
end.
close it out.
I think, I mean, if anybody got to this point, We have to.
There's some of you who do.
See, the thing is, like, if people get to this point, I feel like we need to leave them with something that's only for them.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know, like, we can...
Like, it's your reward for...
Yeah, like, we can be, like, real with each other and, like, hope that the next podcast is within a month, but, like, with our work schedules currently, that might not happen.
Like, we've been doing it, like, middle month.
Yeah, it seems like that just, like... Because, like,
but so far, we've gotten one every month.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks, though, it's been, like... Because, like, how my work is, it's like, Calvin, I only have Monday and Tuesday off for, like, until this changes. And Calvin's like, that's unfortunate, because I always have shit Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Or, like, in today's case, you were like, what are you doing today? I was like, well, is this your only day off? You're like, yeah. It's like, shit, okay, I need to switch around my priorities. But sometimes I can't.
Mm-hmm. But fucking...
Luckily, I could this time.
So I said it once, like, a while back when we were talking about, like, money and stuff like that. But I'm, like, for the people that got into the end, I got to this point, I'm gonna say it again. And it's not like I'm full announcing anything, but, like, I've been saving up quite a bit of money these last few weeks, like, at my work, like... You know, where I can, like paying my bills to my mom and like my medical bill and stuff, but I've been really putting away like money. I don't put away money like I've put away money this way before. Like I at least spend like $100 on my paycheck, like every time I get a paycheck, at least.
Mm-hmm.
But like this time I was like, I've been spending maybe $5 a paycheck sometimes, like not like fuck all nothing.
Yeah.
And I finally broke like the beyond 2K limit on my savings. And I spent pretty much all of it in one go. And it's all for you guys. A lot of it's for me, but it's a lot for everyone else and mine too. But here's the thing. There's been a lack of streaming on our stream channel. And it's because Calvin and I made a conscious decision. We were sick of using the onboard Twitch streaming app on PS4 and being mitigated to only playing PS4 games. And it's like some game, like we couldn't do Persona 5 because they have it to where it blocks it if you've used the onboard streaming software, which makes no sense to me.
Fuck that shit.
And some games do that where the cutscenes get blocked completely.
Yep.
Or like you get a message and it fucks up half the stream because half the stream gets blurred out for a second. And it's like, we just didn't have a good means of getting it to the next level that we wanted to get it to.
But now we both are.
But now we both do.
I've gotten everything I need to stream for Cool Boys or Sludge Wave. I just need to do it. I need to like
set it up and test it.
Yeah, I had a computer issue where like my shit just died.
And this is all through the Mac still, right?
Yeah, this is through the Mac, and
So-
I'll tell you why I stay with Mac, because I have to transfer my shit over from Mac, and that like if I did a PC, it would have been cheaper, yeah, but like I'd have to start completely fucking over, and I need to record mobile. Like that's something I need to do. So if I can't do that and have to start over and get all my shit blocked in, it's gonna take much longer. And like I won't get some of the shit that I use like on a daily basis because it's not made for PC. Like there's pros and cons. But I was like, you know, it'd be so much easier to just transfer shit over. So I went back with Mac. I got a new one. It's way more powerful, newer, can handle all this shit.
Oh, you did? I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Like a new one. It could handle everything. It could handle the new cap card that I got. Jesus.
I hope that picked up.
If not, I'm boosting that.
Oh,
Hold on, let me timestamp
that's
that.
been... Side note, I don't know why, but that's been just happening lately. Like, they don't got any smell to them, but, like, for some reason, like, I don't know why, maybe my pores are just taking in too much air, but, like, I'll wake up in the morning, I'll be like, oh, God, and then just blow up half my room.
Jesus Christ.
Or I'll get, like, a slight stomach ache, and I'm like, oh, no. And then just...
no.
And then just erupt.
God damn. So, like you said, Jake's getting a new computer.
I was like, I just bought, well, air quotes overbought. And let me explain what happened. I'm buying it like today or tomorrow.
I
yeah,
thought you got it.
Yeah, so here's the thing. So I got a call from Amazon that says, hey, we declined your shit. And I was like, what? And so I was like, check my bank account, well over $2,000. I was like, okay, called my bank. Hey, what the fuck's up? You shouldn't even need that. They're like, you shouldn't even have to ask permission for over $1,000. A normal card has a $3,000 daily limit. I was like, I see. Call the corporate. Hey, what the fuck's up with my account? Like, let me look into this. There's a huge issue here. Apparently, when you were 21, and got your new chip card, we gave you a high school card by mistake.
Oh.
A high school card only has a 500 daily limit.
The fuck?
I never knew this because all my bills and automatic transactions happen at different times of like the month. So it never equates to an over $500 transaction in a single day.
Yeah.
So I never noticed this.
Sure. I mean, why would you?
So I had to go to the bank, get my card deactivated and canceled. So I've been cardless for a while. I took some cash out to fucking take care of that situation. But like, I had to pay for a rush because it would have taken 2 weeks to get a new card.
Oh my God.
The rush wasn't that expensive, but like, it's like now I'm going to get to now I'm going to get today. Thing is, since it was a high school card, they had to really like almost like hard, like soft deactivate my account because they were like,
that's scary.
Yeah, they're like, if we leave this a card up and we order a new card, they just give you a new high school card. Like you have to completely like eradicate the card.
Well, I mean, but what does that have to do with your account?
Well,
like, why would they delete your account?
No. Like they like soft deleted my account in the sense of they deleted like the card history of my account, not the payment history, but like the fact that I had these cards.
Okay.
Because since I had them on there, if they sent me a new one, it like the online thing like checks. It's like, oh, he's got a high school card. Send him another high school card.
Sure. Okay.
Like that's what happened pretty much. So now I'm gonna get finally gonna have a big boy card. Didn't know I didn't have one, and I'm gonna buy my goddamn computer. I've been sitting here the whole time, like it's fuck. I've been sitting here looking at it. It's like, ugh. And then when we get it, it's like the base computer itself is about $1,700 after tax, and it's a fucking monster.
It's crazy.
It's liquid cool, like it's
really?
like, yeah, it's a different type of liquid cool
that
too.
That scares the shit out of me.
No, see, it's not that kind of liquid cool where you gotta change the water every now and then. I did not want that kind.
Yeah,
it's like it's like some kind of like coil cooling.
Okay.
Where like it's a liquid cooling, but like it's through like a coil system or something, so it doesn't require like changing water or anything like that.
Okay.
So there's no chance of like leaks or it fucking up because that was my whole biggest worry.
Oh yeah.
Is that it's just gonna like I change the water and it fucks up and I fucking have ruined my whole system. Like
yeah, water and computers don't
like, but
scare
no,
the fuck out of me.
Yeah, it's like a whole coil system that like almost eliminates that problem. But
that's
like,
pretty cool.
It's got a monster of a graphics card in it.
Yeah.
Like I was comparing
it's a 1070 or something.
1070 Ti.
Shit.
And like apparently the difference between the 70 and the Ti is fucking massive.
Nice.
Like I was gonna go up to a $2,000 computer, but like Ryan really helped me with this because Ryan's extremely knowledgeable about computers and he's got a monster of a computer he's custom built himself.
That's dope.
Like
shouts out
to Ryan for helping me out for like the few hours we were looking through like dozens of computers and types and board types and motherboards and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I got a new type of like chip that's like new. It's called the Ryzen. And I think it's either 6 cores or 8 cores. It's one or the other. But like that's a lot of fucking cores.
Yeah.
But the thing with the Ryzen is that it's apparently a god of using all the cores to multitask high CPU intensive programs.
Nice.
So like it's designed like where like an Intel thing is like if you got one mega program up, you are running it like a god. But like if you start pulling up a ton of programs, you're gonna maybe get some like chugging or some hangups like here and there. Like if you like I'm saying like you got After Effects up, Premiere up, and Photoshop up, and you're just running like you are running them all hard.
Yeah.
But like Ryzens are meant for that.
That's cool.
Like they are meant for like multitasking intensive programs.
Yeah.
And it's like the biggest difference between the $1,700 build and the $3,000 build was it had a smaller hard drive, or the $2,000 build had a smaller hard drive, which I was like, fuck that. But like the card was like a 1080, which is like that's a big deal card. That's a big boy card, but it wasn't a 1080 Ti. So like the difference between the 1070 Ti and the base 1080 is not worth that like $400 extra, and that was the only difference. Like you didn't get a bonus in RAM, you didn't get a bonus in really anything else. Like you had a detriment to your hard drive. Like I have a bigger hard drive with the one I got now, like 2 hard drives.
Yeah.
They're fucking huge. A 2 terabyte like master drive and a 256 gigabyte fucking solid state like legit like good solid state drive.
Yeah.
I'm not pre-purchasing them yet. We're gonna open it up and like look at some of the internals, see how it's set up, and we're gonna replace the RAM to 32 instead of 16, which is fucking overkill.
Yeah, it's kind of overkill.
Like I had my baseline set to Freddie Wong's computer, but the thing is, Freddie Wong's computer has 64 gigs of RAM in it, and that's because he does cinematic CG rendering.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure his computer could procedurally generate a fucking galaxy. Like it has that much like CPU power.
I mean, you do what you need, get what you need.
But like, and then I'm gonna up the 256 to a 500 gig solid state drive.
Yeah.
For no,
you'd be surprised how fast that runs out.
it's like I'm not gonna put many programs on it. I'm putting my Adobe programs on it, and I'm putting my OS on it.
Mhm.
I don't think I'm gonna put a single game on it
I wouldn't.
because it's like I just want it to be like programs that I use that like require like intensive use. Like games don't really need a solid state drive. Like, oh, I booted up the game 2 times faster and it loads a little bit quicker. Like whoop-de-doo.
You could get a solid state for your games.
Yeah,
if
that's
you
what I'm saying.
wanted.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, or I could repurpose the 256 solid state for a game solid state drive. Like, there's a lot of hard drive ports in this bitch. Like, I could load this bitch up with hard drives.
In my computer here, I only have a 128, and like I have 9 gigs left.
Oof.
And like when I clean it out, I'm like, well, I need this. I use this all the time. I need this. These are my plugins. I have so many fucking plugins, but I use them. And it's just like
I got rid of, I think, like 40 gigs worth of different stock images of just like me, like just ignorant things.
stupid stuff like that. I keep on my other
Well,
drives.
like I have a master drive of like my Omega images, like the images I can't get rid of, but like just like the generic shit that I would download, like when I was editing Sludgewave videos and stuff, just like the generic shit I would download and stuff. I had a 20 or 30 gigabyte like library, gigabytes
yeah,
of just like
I'm sure I have the
fuck
same.
all images, just
Yeah.
fuck all, like just the weirdest out of context things that make no fucking sense, like.
We should go through my downloads, dude.
Like
I have a couple years worth of that shit.
Like I was saying, like I soft went through a download folder that I didn't open for like 6 years, and there was fucking artifacts in there. I can't go into detail. I'll just say I was much edgier when I was 16, 17. Much edgier.
You showed me. We all went through that.
Well, there
phase.
was some fucking artifacts in there, like images that just resonated power. One specifically, an image that was lost to legend, and once it was shown, even people that I didn't talk to around that time were like, "Holy fuck, I remember this!"
Oh my god!
Like that image is literally a legend status image. I'm debating about putting it in that edit.
Can you show me it?
You know, it's the Jared Martin Luther King one.
Oh, yep.
I think it's definitely reverse enough to where it's okay to put in the edit.
I have to. Whatever you.
I mean,
come
you
up
did.
with.
You did put the rule down. You kind of shot yourself in the foot with that. I'm
gonna put though that you edited it, and that I have to put it in.
Well, I was actually hoping that in the description, because you said that like I'm not trying to allude too much, but you said like every heavy hitter is putting something in this one.
Yeah, there was very specific chosen ones. I wanted.
Like I was hoping in like the description, like you actually like say like this edit came from this.
That's
like, because that'd be kind
I'm
of
putting it in the video.
Oh, you actually? I was okay.
I'm doing like a.
Because I like the idea of like seeing the God Hand basically in all their different styles being shown. Like I'm actually really interested to back watching the R edits, as we're calling them. and seeing the wild style and thematic differences between them.
And then in between all of that, I am going ham.
Yeah, Calvin's hub world of ignorance that you keep.
I have spent a couple hours and I'm only 2 minutes.
Calvin's hub world, like Calvin's edit for this is like the Peach's Castle, where the viewer is Mario and we are the paintings that you're going into.
That's exactly what it is.
Like, you're just leaving ignorant hell to go to another plane of ignorant hell, and you come back to ignorant hell.
And like, I want to show you, but at the same time,
I don't want to see it.
At the same time, I want you to experience everything.
I want to show you what I want to get. I don't want you to see it though. At the same time, like,
well, I have to see it once you're done.
Well, of course, but like, I don't want you to see it until I'm done. Like, I can't like. I want to explain to you what I'm doing because at the same time, I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, this is the thing that I stipulated for this was that like. I am literally taking this at face value. I go 5 seconds, listen to it, and think the first thing I can think of. I blow it up to proportion and then put it in.
That's literally what I want. I like do the most obscure thing that you can think of.
I haven't even added any like sound or meme edits yet, but the first 10 seconds of my video has killed me so much I haven't been able to like properly block in the rest of my video yet.
And the best part is I have to figure out how to weave it in. Like, I have to give it some context. I can't just...
I don't know what anybody else is doing, but like other people's are maybe doing like skit related things or out of context things. Like mine is like a magnum, I'm just like elevator pitch. It's like a magnum opus meme music video. Like, this is gonna be the magnum opus of my out of contextness. Like, I'm trying to make this so intense. Like,
that's what I want. I'm not even done, but I have a few ideas. Just like,
I just keep getting ideas. The problem is, it's like I'll get an idea, and it's like I'll forget it as I'm like going through. It's like I've literally probably forgotten like 3 videos worth now of like content.
Write it down.
I just don't do like, this is why I'm sticking with this in the moment thing. Like, if I'm forgetting about it, it's not good enough. Like, these 2 things I've added so far, I keep thinking of new things, but these 2 things keep popping up. So these 2 are good enough. Like,
we've been talking about this, but like, just to give you context, we've been doing this series on Sludge Wave called Bagus.
Oh, let's punch the mic.
And it's a series, and we usually do not do series at all. And like, I've just been going like progressively getting more wild with the edits, and I was like, well, maybe I'm pushing it too far. And I asked them in the episode, I was like, hey, do you think this is too much? And everyone was like, no, do more. And they're like, no, keep it. They're like, no, go fucking crazy.
I feel like,
and I was like, well, you're gonna fucking get it.
I feel like I was like, the second you heard them say do more, you took it as like, okay, so this has gone from me wondering if you're not gonna like this to me making you not like this.
Well, I was just like, well, I don't want the joke to get old, or because I was like, well,
whereas
I'm doing the same joke.
This next episode is gonna be more edit than game.
Literally.
It's pretty much a movie at this point.
I think
it's like a Robot Chicken episode at this point.
I think like by the time I'm done editing just the gameplay, it's going to be 9 minutes, but I am assuming that this video is going to be 30 minutes. I'm literally not kidding.
I originally was gonna like, I told this to Calvin, like, I really debated this, but like a hot second I was like, because he said as long as you want whatever it is, so I almost just like sent Calvin that day. I was like going to say that day, like something that was like 17 minutes long and just fuck all boring. Like, just absolutely nothing. I was like, nah, I'm gonna go fucking hard.
Because there's been moments in some episodes where like I just use something. I use something in the game that's unrelated to do a joke.
Mm.
I have to show you this one. I don't think you've seen it. There's a Kirby episode where it just cuts to black. I can't even explain.
Just leave it there.
It's so out of context.
Just leave it there.
It's so out of context. I can't even.
It's an unreleased Kirby video?
No. It's very old.
Oh.
But like, there's this one thing I was like I just had this like fever dream of a joke.
Fuck.
So I'll show you after this.
Yeah, that's good because I'm looking at the time thing right now. We're almost at the 4-hour mark.
Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah.
We need to go. We need to leave.
I need to go
leave.
home.
I gotta edit this video. I gotta clean my room. There's a woman coming over tomorrow. My room looks like I pissed all over it.
Okay. How do we end this? I don't know. Go like our Facebook.
Go like the Facebook. I'm actually
Follow us on
I'm
Twitch.
posting on it again. It may not be pictures, but I'm doing something.
He is doing something.
Just give me points for trying. Like I'm running out of Photoshop ideas, but I can come up with fuck all nonsense of talking. Like I
Okay.
can do that daily.
Yeah. Follow us on Twitch. We're gonna start streaming.
Yeah, follow us on
Soonish.
Twitch.
Not gonna give
The
you
channel name currently, wink wink, is Cool Boys Podcast.
any. Yeah. And we have a Twitter. It's just kind of for.
I violently don't.
That's just for Twitch.
We need to transition to Twitter actually over Facebook, I think. Like, not that we need to give up the Facebook thing now, but it's like
Let's just pick fights with famous people.
Yeah, seeing like Slime Tony and Jared and like all these other like people with their Twitters, like Twitter is, I guess, more of a big deal for getting across out of context bullshit than I thought it was. I violently did not get on the Twitter trend.
Yeah, me neither. I did for a while, but that was years ago.
Like, I feel like if I tailored my Twitter to be exactly what I wanted to be, which would be like a lot of black Twitter posts and memes and out of context shit posting, like shit from Randy, like I'd be down with that. Shouts out to Randy. I fucking love you.
Anything else? I don't think so.
No.
Thanks for listening. If you listen this far, we were gonna end it like 30 minutes ago, but we kind of. That's what happens on Cool Boys. We just start and we don't fucking stop.
Yep.
So
That's how it goes, bitch. We're gonna have to violently reformat guest episodes because there's no way a guest will sit here for 4 straight hours.
I mean, if they're having fun, they will. So we just have to make it fun.
Yeah, I want to get the guy who does Connor's voice from Detroit Become Human because he's probably one of the sweetest human beings ever.
Really?
Have you seen any, like, one, he looks and, like, because he was...
Jake, we're doing it again.
Okay, yeah,
we're
you're
doing
right.
it again.
Cut it, hit the button.
I'll see you next week.
Next week?
Yeah, next week.
Jesus Christ. You're setting the bar. Now we gotta do this next week.
Cool boy.
You left the Baka one until the very end?
Yep.
Damn.